Okay, and welcome out here to Cazalys Arena for the big Palmerston Darwin Buffaloes round 4 clash. This is the umpires round, of course, for the Northern Territory Football League. And Tash Medbury, my fellow commentator, it's also in memoriam for Jerry Frank, who was a great player with the Magpies.
Yeah, and the Buffaloes, of course. So that's why they have the Jerry Frank Memorial game every the first time that Magpies and the Buffaloes meet in the season. So it's pretty special. We can see the family out there at the moment, just coming out. That's his wife.
Okay.
President. Yep. So.
No, you're right. Fantastic football. Also represented the NTFL, of course.
I think he won a Nichols medal as well.
Yeah,
few grand final, a few premierships.
I remember his nickname, Mr. Evasive, because no one could get hold of him.
Yeah, he was an absolute gun.
Unfortunately, passed away of cancer a few years back. But in terms of the game, Tash, or they're going to have a minute's silence here.
Yeah, I reckon they might.
And there it is. There's a minute's silence for the great Jerry Frank, of course, who played, as Tash said, with the Darwin Buffaloes and the Palmerston Magpies. So, Tash, in terms of the game, it's a big one for both sides, really. Palmerston have won a game. This is round 4. And the Buffaloes going along very nicely. Yeah, they are, and they've got, I'll let you talk about the big inclusions they've got, so it's going to be even harder for the Palmerston Magpies. I know we're playing at home, but of course Buffaloes also use this as their home during the season as well, so, you know, there's not that much advantage. They love playing here as well, so, you know, it's going to be really hard for the Maggies. Not too many changes from last week where they got touched up a bit by the Tiwi Bombers, but the Buffaloes, I'll let you go through those huge inclusions that they have tonight. For the Darwin Buffaloes, yes, Mitch Robinson's back for his first game. Of course, he played last season, and I think a handful of games a year before. But they've also got the delisted pair from the Brisbane Lions in Reece Matheson. They call him the Beast Mode. That's his nickname at the Lions. Played 72 games in the AFL. And, of course, Blake Coleman, the younger brother of Kitty Coleman, who we all saw in such great form in last year's finals. So, and also Timmy Eldridge is back on the side. So, gee, Tash, almost their best side. And also there's a big player swap during the season that's come back to the double blue is Nick Garron. Yeah. So he's come back, and all his family's here. So his mum, Jaylene Cooper, is here, and his aunties, so all get around him. And, yeah, they're very happy to see him back in the double blue. Yes, number 2, yes, the former Saint. And the Darwin Buffaloes, the Palmerston Magpies, of course, not too many changes there. They're going to find it pretty tough, you'd think, Tash, out there. Blake Fletcher's come in, so he's a quality player as well, plays a lot of rugby, but probably just for his strength through the midfield. Not quite sure where he's gonna play, but yeah, he's a good inclusion for them. They don't have Bennell. Bennell played really well for them last week, so he's out. I'm not quite sure why he hasn't come back over, but yeah. They've got Broderick Church has kept his spot in there, kicked a couple of goals against the Tiwi Bombers, and you know, he's been playing for a long time. So he's got a really good leg on him, and he's pretty accurate with the goal kicking. But yeah, they just looked really out of sorts going into their forward 50 last week. Yeah, so it might be a tough ask, and of course the Buffaloes have got Jared Stokes there, number 6, who's in form. Isn't he just? Has made a sensational start to the season as the Buffalo skipper. So we're not far away here, Tash, from the first bounce. Yeah, just Atkinson is rucking, so he's one of the vice captains. I'm just trying to pick up. I think the big ruckman is there. I think it's Matty Gook for the Magpies. Yeah, for the Maggies. Just trying to see him to turn around there. You can see a bit of pushing and shoving already there on the screen.
A bit of a match-up. There's Jared Stokes. You're in for a hard day playing on him. So Phillip Wills has gone to Jared Stokes. That's a big match-up as the umpire looks set to start this game. Ground's in pretty good nick as well. We just had our game where the Buffets beat us. Was a good game. So we'll go forward here. Good pick up there by the Maggies. Taken to ground. The umpire says play on. Would he drop that footy? Good tackle. And now the umpire blows the whistles. Give it to me. So they went about 10 metres forward here, the Maggies. They reset. Atkinson against Cook comes down. Again, just dropped the footy as soon as they would tackle. Buffs with the clearance. There's Ash Hamsey. He had an absolute blinder last week. Had leather poisoning under the pump. Kicks it out to the wing. Tracking there is number 43. That's Mitch Robinson. So his first touch of the footy. Just evades the tackler. And a poor turnover. So here's Wilsey, the captain. So caught from behind there, so just smothered the kick. Bounces nice. One of the better players is Lucas Edmonds from last week as well, probably their best on ground. A good mark in the forward 50, so that's not what they had last week. And I reckon that's Denzel Marika. Just wait for him to turn around there.
Yes, number 31, I think.
Yep, Denzel Marika. So
having a long run up, like a fast bowler's run up almost.
Yeah, the man on the mark's about 40 out. So you'll see him come into screen shortly. He's actually out of screen there, Gray, because he has got the long run up. You'll see him come in now. Not much of a breeze here at Cazalys. It's a low kick, doesn't have the legs, and through for a minor score. And the one that touched that through is Kelvin Williams. It's come back after a long spell. Kelvin
Williams, yes, he's been away for a while.
Play on quickly, and it's chopped off straight away there. So unlike Bradley Stokes, turnover, and that mark's been taken by Patullo. He was all right last week. Took a few good marks, but the only thing that let him down was his goal kicking. Gray had a few from in front and missed them.
He has played for Sturt down in the SANFL, so he's obviously played top grade football, and the Magpies would love him to have a night out. And what better way to start Taste than a goal in the first couple of minutes?
Yeah, well, we're right behind him here, near the crowd. So can he get the Magpies' first goal? No. And it's sprayed. So fortunately, that's another behind. Bradley Stokes will take the kick out once again.
Good sign, though. They've been doing all the attacking, the Magpies. Don't think the Buffaloes have gone over the middle yet.
Yeah, both games, but they started pretty well, Gray, in the first 5 to 10 minutes and then sort of started to drop off. So if they can keep that, that's a great mark from behind. But the umpire says that's play on. So that was Coleman already with a bit of an impact. It was his brother. I'll tell you what, if Brisbane would have won that grand final, Gray, I reckon he would have gone close to best on ground.
Kitty, yes, a very good player.
And it's held up right in front of our commentary box and the interchange there that you can see for the Palmerston Magpies.
Just looking at Blake Coleman there, he took the mark of the year in the Quaffle last season playing for Morningside, so he can obviously jump up in the air.
Well, he nearly did that. There's Wilsey, be happy to keep that in under a bit of pressure.
Look out.
Bit of push and shove. There's Mitch Robinson and Edmonds just getting to know each other. So Young, the umpire, finally picks up the footy. Just needs to toss it up, let the fellas have a push and shove and get back to playing footy. Taken there by Young, I think that is. No, that was Wilsey. Good spoil. So Williams already just hits the ground running, doesn't he? He focused a bit on the basketball, I believe, in the last couple of seasons, but yeah, he's a really reliable defender back there, and we've just seen an example of that there. Boundary throw in, 60 around from the Maggies' goal. Buffaloes haven't got it past halfway as yet. Nearly 4 minutes. So Gook, Atkinson front spot. Trying to get it out there. Barrett for the Maggies. Moving it forward. Under a bit of pressure here, the Buffaloes. There's Bradley Stokes, usually calm under pressure. Handballs off to a teammate. So smash back forward here. Edmonds taken a little bit high. The umpire didn't see it. Close to the boundary line, Eldridge. Can he keep it in? He does, and now he's taken over. The umpire says, no, that's okay. Throw it in.
Yes, they call him Mr. Fearless at the Buffaloes, Jimmy Eldridge. He goes where angels fear to tread.
Tell you what, Matheson's a big unit, isn't he?
He's a typical AFL footballer. He was at the Brisbane Lion for a long time.
Yeah, he's just got a bit of size and strength. We're seeing that contest. Number 1 there, so Edmonds has got the task on him. Atkins again wins front position. Taken out of the ruck by Barrett. Barrett, umpire gives him benefit of the doubt. Probably lucky there. Took on the tacklers. So another ball up. We've had a few stoppages already in this 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's a very tight affair early.
Atkins gets it to the back, looking for Stokes. Here's Eldridge. Nice kick up. Coco Nicky takes it, keeps running. Now they go past the halfway line, gets over the back, does it to Stafford. Stafford controls the footy now. Kicks it along the ground, and it's gone out of bounds, I think, on the full. So a free kick going the way of Ashton Hands. Good chase there by Hansy.
And for a big fellow though, it was a good effort by Big Stafford too. He showed unusual leg speed.
So Jacob Lampton takes the mark.
The boy from South Alice Springs.
Yeah, he's got a lovely kick at the footy, Stafford. I'll go to the wing here. Eldridge gets it to Yaron. He's real first touch in the double blues. Take a while to get used to that. The family won't take a while, but I will. It's another boundary throw in. This is the most stoppages I think we've had ever in the first 6 minutes of a game.
Yeah, it's a very tight affair. Importantly for the home fans though, it takes if the Magpies are 2 points in front.
Yeah, can we contain that lead? So he kicked it into the 50, hard one-on-one against Stafford. Stafford brings it to ground. Kicked out by Jonty Patrick, and a good mark taken by Atkinson.
Very nice mark. Very underrated ruckman.
Handballs to Bradley Stokes, and a turnover there. They go long to a contest. Pushing and shoving, gets to the back. Getting to the footy first is Otso. Handballs to Marika. Marika spins out of the tackle. Handballs to himself. Williams will get there and put the body on. He does now, and he gets the footy. Well done, Kelvin Williams there. Welcome back to footy.
Great defensive play.
Eldridge.
There he is, Mr. Fearless.
Gives the handball in. Oh, the umpire. They've dragged that in there. What is the umpire going to call here? That's Levi Grigg.
He's got him.
Yeah, he's got him. Yep. He did drag that footy in. And the Buffaloes did well to make sure he didn't get it out.
And who's got it? Joe Stokes. They haven't scored yet. They've been going, what, 7 minutes?
Yeah, that's Bradley Stokes. So kicks it down, just misses Coleman.
Same build.
Matheson takes it in. He needs to get rid of it. The umpire's hovering around, and it's going to be a ball up directly on centre wing.
Yeah, it's very much a man-on-man game in the early minutes, Tash. There hasn't been much scoring.
No, a bit of an arm wrestle, isn't it? Cook gets in there. Thought the body was taken out there by the chop-out ruckman. So the chop-out ruckman is Nathan Stewart for the Buffs. Good pick up. Oh, that's holding the footy. Umpire says that is holding the footy. So they need to move it in quickly here. They do now. It's all one-on-ones in the 50. Close to the boundary line. Gets hands to it. Patullo, but again, Kelvin Williams. No, the umpire says chopping the arms.
So he chopped his arms, yeah. So Patullo's got another chance. He's looking for a short option.
And someone's just caught one in the bread basket there, just off camera. The umpire's letting it all go.
Gee, there's nothing worse when you can't breathe. Obviously winded.
I'm usually like that without getting one in the bread basket. Oh, good kick, but good defensive work. But the umpire again has said that's a free kick, and it's going to be 50. Yeah, it is. So the Magpies are going to be taken to the goal square. So Edmonds will kick his goal. Well, sure, I don't want to put the mockers on him, but he should go back and kick the first goal of the game.
You never know, do you? But probably just reward for the Magpies. They've certainly been fought a lot more.
Yeah, he should be.
What the Buffaloes have.
He kicked I think he kicked 3 goals for us last week, but was definitely the best on ground.
Yes, and he blasts that through. So 1 goal, 2-0, Tash, after almost 10 minutes.
Sorry, just getting a bit of repair work on my leg there from our Magpies trainer.
All those goals you kicked in the women's game.
No. I was playing in the back line, and I was actually on Courtney Wakefield, the nice lady that used to play AFLW last season. So, yeah, it was a hard task for me. But well done to the Maggies. Back to this game, 1-2.
Yes, they've started very well, Tash. Hard at it.
And not pretty footy going into the forward 50, but I think against Buffaloes you need to move in there quickly, and that's what they did. They had 2-on-2, and they were both one-on-one contests. So if they hold up the footy, I think that works in Buffalo's favour. So you need to get in there quickly.
And Williams down back has been an asset in his first game back.
Umpire lets that go. Clearance here to the Buffs. Nicky again with a good mark. Moves it quickly, and well done. That's a good mark down there. Buffs, I think that's Hassan or Matt. I think that is. It is.
Hassan, yeah. He kicked,
Matt Watkins.
He kicked 50 goals in the Swan Hill competition in the winter time, in the southern winter, so he's obviously in goal-kicking form, Tash.
He's not a big target, but he played really well last year.
He does.
He's a vice-captain as well, along with Atkinson for the Buffaloes. There's a bit of a breeze that's just picked up, so he's just kicking slightly into it. He needs to aim for that far goalpost down that end for the breeze to bring it around. Let's see what he does. And he does probably a little bit too much there, but right idea. You've got to definitely aim for that goalpost down there with that breeze.
Yes, but it is their first score. They're off the mark, but it's taken them 10 minutes, almost 11 minutes.
Yeah, with all the ball inside 50s Maggies have had, they'll be happy with just the 8 points, 8-1. So they're going to kick with that slight breeze. You can see the breeze pick up, but well done by Stewart.
It was a nice mark, one of well judged.
Yeah, Nathan Stewart got good hands. And then just drive it back in. So a bit of chaotic footy, but a good mark taken. That was third in line there, I think.
It was.
By
Big
Mitch
pack.
Robinson. No, yeah, it is Mitch Robinson directly. Yeah. Oh, slight angles left of centre. But be nice to, not quite sure if we've got replays tonight. No, we don't, unfortunately. But I reckon he was about three deep in that pack.
Yeah, it's a bit of experience, so he judges a lot better than the others, especially the guys in front.
He'll be liking
he should kick this, Tash.
The night game. He struggled a little bit with the heat games last season, as we all do.
We put the mods on him, have we?
And that wasn't me. That was your commentator, Curse. That one. I'm not claiming that one.
Yes, it was an awkward kicking action too for Mitch. It
is very hard to kick goals down that end, Grave. Just with that breeze, it's really hard to judge because 1 minute it's sort of strong, and the minute it drops off. So when you think you're kicking, it just drops off, and the ball doesn't come around with it. So Hamsey, that's a poor kick out. Missed his target's going to come kicking back over his head, and that's Antonio James, and that's gone out of bounds on the full.
Yes, I was impressed with Antonio in the round 1 win over Pint. He was everywhere. He worked hard, and let's hope he can do the same thing again.
He was one of their X factors last season. I thought he had a really coming out season there. It was really great. So just chipping the ball around. It's Bailey Young. They're going to come to this side again. Taking Lampton. Oh, just slowed down by Mitch Robinson. There's Marika. He's got his hands on the ball a couple of times, looking dangerous, but that kick's not his best kick. And juggled by Coco Nicky, and it's gone over the boundary line. So, no, that's not Jonas Nicky, sorry. I knew it was one of the Nickies.
So we've been going, nearly 13 minutes, and Palmerston lead by a goal.
So they'll set right in front of where we're set up here on the little hill at Cazalys, in between the timekeeper's box and the stand. Good throw in as well. Hit over the top by Fuller. Stokes always manages to shake the tackle. There's Coleman. Coleman goes out to Coco Nicky now. Nicky to Stafford, hits him on the chest. Not much you can do about that as a defender parry. He'll play on, he does now. Puts it out in front of Matt Watkins again.
It's Matt Watkins, yes. He'd line up for his first goal. He missed his first one from probably the same spot.
Yeah, and you can tell that's a move. That's a training move. As soon as Daniel Stafford got that, he kicked it to exactly the same spot as where Matt Watkins led last time. So
what will he do this time?
Has he learned?
Aim for that right hand upright again?
Yeah, I reckon, but not too far from it. Like aim directly for it and let it come back around. We can feel the breeze picking up now. So.
No, he's done the same thing.
Yeah, he's gone exactly the same. So
another miss for the Buffaloes.
Peppering the goals here. Remember, they've had one out of bounds on the full as well. So
that's right. So
actually 2. So they've had the last 5 scoring shots. Parry.
Certainly not making the most of their forward thrust.
So they go out to that wing again. Edmonds. James gets there, holds him up. Just a chip over the top to Bailey Young. A lot better coming out of the defensive 50 than what they did last week against the Tiwi Bombers. Patulo's just the line there. Willsey goes without it. His jumper's been half ripped. They're going to have to get another number 5 out to him.
In the distinct orange boots.
Yeah,
the skipper and, of course, the Nichols medalist from a few years back.
Yeah. His leadership and experience is worth so much here at the Palmerston Magpies. And there's Williams again, but there's been a free kick behind the footy there, and it's going the way of Moroney. Now, he is going to get his own footy now. He's one of the most underrated players in the competition, Kevin Moroney. I love the way he goes about his footy. He can play tall, small, and he gives absolutely everything every game.
Never stops working, that's for sure. And he's got a lovely disposal too, especially by foot.
So there we go. Usually picks the right option too.
Oh, big fly there by
that was, yeah, Groves. But Mitch Robinson needs to get rid of it. Now he does. And the umpire said that was in the back. So Mitch Robinson have a bit of a laugh there off the screen. You can't quite see them now, but there they are. So Mitch Robinson with the free kick. Atkins has just got himself up and is pointing to his shoulder, so I reckon he's hurt his shoulder. He's just hanging there, so keep an eye on Atkins there.
Yeah, he didn't look too good.
Chip over the top. Collinson got a lethal left foot. Oh,
he dropped that
mark there. So Magpies clean up. Oh, good hands. Edmonds, did he have enough of it? The umpire said he did.
Just while we're on that too, Ash, don't forget this is AFL NT's coverage of the round 4 game between Palmerston and the Darwin Buffaloes out here at Cazalys Arena. And we've got the Palmerston Magpies in front by a goal, Tash.
So, good kick there to McConnell. McConnell's got it on the far wing. Into the big ruckman. Gook, he's started pretty well. Didn't play last week.
What's his background, Tash?
Yeah, I can't tell you there. That's Nicky Yarron. So good, courageous mark. His family will be extremely happy with the double blues. Colours on him. I was talking to his mum, Jaylene, and his aunties that were watching. His sister that's still running around for St Mary's. So, you know, with families up here, with big families, you got to support a lot of clubs because they sort of play around everywhere. So
here's a go for the Buffalo. No, couldn't pick it up.
Yeah, that's Stokesy. So Stokes under the pump there, and the umpire has picked up a free kick. I reckon it's going to Jared Stokes for being held without the footy to start with.
Well, there you go. He can shoot for goal.
Yeah,
possibly Buffalo's first.
He doesn't like the set shots as much as the play on. There he goes to Mitch Robinson. So Magpies absolutely not awake to that. And Mitch Robinson goes bang. And there's the first goal for the Darwin Buffaloes. Now, that was... I reckon Joshy Heath, the coach of the Maggies, wouldn't be happy with that, because I reckon one thing they would have spoken about is Jared Stokes just with these set shots. It's not his favourite. He likes to running goals, and he usually from a set shot will play on. And that was just loose checking there. Mitch Robinson got the footy and kicked his first goal, and the first goal for Buffs. So now they're in front by a point.
Yes, the game's turned around the last probably 5 minutes. It was all Palmerston attacking. Now it's been all the Buffaloes, and they've finally been rewarded with a long shot from Mitch Robinson, the former Brisbane Lion, and of course Carlton Blue.
Yeah, Carlton.
100 games with Carlton, and I think 147 with the Brisbane Lions.
Yeah, I think he was around for the grand final as well. And my Collingwood Magpies got up. Still celebrating that, I am. James
Maggies
with the long kick. Hands red at best. So Mitch Robinson just let him go for that one. So he's gone to rest down forward, Mitch Robinson. So there's Marika.
He's had a bit of it, Tash, this Marika.
Kicks it up. Just a kick there. Bailey Young trying to put the pressure on. Here they go. The Buffaloes go long.
Nice mark low to the ground.
Yeah, good mark. That's Matt Watkins again, I reckon.
So this is his third shot, Tash. He wouldn't want to make it 3 misses in a row.
Yeah, he needs to go to the nearest goalpost this time. He's kicking with the breeze slightly behind him, and that time he's got it right. He kicks his first goal, and they've got their second. So third time lucky there for him. Just
like an arrow, wouldn't it? It never wavered. And that's Matt Watkinson's first, and Darwin's and the Buffalo's second.
Yeah, much easier kicking from that side down that end. The breeze sort of, comes with you. But, yeah, good goal there. Matt Watkinson, good to see Atkinson's all right. He's holding his shoulder earlier on. And the knee against Cook. He's still asking the umpire what he did wrong.
Just free kick to Darwin.
Standing there, and nearly a mark again to Robinson. Nearly dragged that in. Fuller couldn't pick it up. Goes in for the tackle. Watkins give the ball to Robinson. Robinson, and he's just missed. They're absolutely peppering the goals down there at the moment. I reckon quarter time cannot come quick enough here for the Maggies. Gray.
Even Mitch, I think, has missed a couple. I think he's hit 1-3, Mitch Robinson, so he must be due to straighten up, although he has kicked that goal, of course, from the handball from Jared Stokes.
Yeah, they get out wide here. So I reckon that's Ryan Wharfie on the Rising Star a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
a couple of years ago. Patullo plays on quickly. Edmonds, good hands by Edmonds. Gets it to McConnell. McConnell ran down from behind. The umpire says play on. Not quite sure why that was playing. He dropped the footy. There's Marika. Marika can chip it over the top to Broderick Church. Church has got out the back. There he is. He takes the mark. 45-degree angle. But I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to give him the commentator's curse, but usually is a reliable goal kicker.
Yes, some experience there by Broderick. He just dropped. You could see what was going to happen. Dropped into space and bang. He's having a shot from about, what, 35, 40 metres out on about a 45-degree angle, too. So it's not an easy shot.
Yeah, he got over the back of Jonas Nicky there. The defence had pushed up. And Churchy has gone across the face and missed. Oh, no, it stayed in. So Yaron with the hands. Bradley Stokes to Moroney. There's the handball. So a bit of run and carry out of the half-back. Good pick up there by Big Ruckman. Goes back in and it's going to trickle over the boundary line for a boundary throw in the left forward pocket there for the Palmerston Magpies.
The Ruckman Gook has been very good. He's worked hard.
Yeah, he has. It was a good pick up at his feet as well there for a big Ruckman.
For a big fellow. Opposed, of course, to Chris Atkinson and the chop out there for the Buffaloes. Stewart, is it?
So boundary throw in. Good tap by Patolo. There's Edmonds, just spins out of trouble. Now he goes straight into it. That's holding the footy. And the umpire's pinned him. He had his opportunity.
Yes, once you've got the opportunity, you've got to do something with it.
So that was Matheson, which I reckon it's going to be hard to try and break a tackle of him. Just a bit of push and shove out there. Wasn't happy with that, I don't think, Bradley Stokes. There's Nicky Yaron, number 2.
Here's a 50-metre, is it? Looks like it. The umpire's running backwards as they normally do for a 50-metre penalty, Natasha.
Yeah, that's one each side in the first quarter.
Got him right up to the wing.
So remember, the Palmerston's only goal come from a 50-metre penalty. Yep. So that's one apiece.
So that squares things up.
Long. There's Driscoll. So Driscoll takes the mark. Wharf runs for him. They need to all come to this side now.
He's held things up a bit, which is probably the wrong thing to do.
Yeah, he had Bailey Young all on his own there, and he just chips it the 15 metres. And this is what they did last week. They sort of got themselves in a
bit of a bind.
Yeah, because they just chipped it around, and there's Cook, and he's gone absolutely face first into the fence.
Looks like he's all right though. He's
Kelvin, Kelvin Williams. So the free kick for the hit, just done. I forgot what that's actually called now. You know, if the ball goes out of bounds and they just give that a bit of that hit now.
Yeah. FAD, I was going to say, but that's free after delivery, wouldn't it? There's
Cook.
There's Marika again, but he missed that one.
Yeah, no talk there. That's actually Ed Darcy, number 26.
Junior.
Edward Darcy, yep. Edmonds, empty goal square, and it goes through, and he's kicked his second. He is a goal-kicking midfielder. So that's good work, Lucas Edmonds.
Yes, he grabbed the match.
And then he gets decked, I think, after celebrating there.
Almost kicked that goal out of nothing, really. A loose ball, ran under it and slammed it through.
Yeah, he kicked, I think he kicked 3 goals last week against the Tiwi Bombers. But yeah, he got decked while he was celebrating there, so probably keep an eye on that. That might they might look at that during the week.
Might be a review, you think?
Not that I want to chuck anyone under the bus, but
no.
So he kicked 2 goals in the second quarter in last week's game. Edmonds.
So almost 25 minutes gone, and the Buffaloes lead by 2 points.
And even though it's night time out there, Gray, I tell you what, it's still very, very muggy and humid. Be slippery footy. So Stafford does well, and there's the siren to end the first quarter. So 2-2-14 plays 2-4-16.
And we'll be back very shortly here at Cazalys Arena.
Cazalys Palmerston Club. Come and check out our cafe, open 7 days a week. Our kids club is open Wednesday to Sunday nights, including weekend lunchtime. Enjoy hot meals with nightly specials at the bistro or cold drinks at the sports bar. Feeling lucky? Have a go at the latest machines in our gaming lounge or grab your mates for a round of pool. Family gatherings or casual meetings, we have something for everyone. Cazalys Palmerston Club, making a difference.
Love exploring the territory? If you do, it's good to know that with TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance, if you have an accident covered by your policy, we're here to help with the reasonable costs of towing, as well as your additional emergency accommodation and travelling costs. So get out there and explore. Get a quote today. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Cazalys Palmerston Club. Come and check out our cafe. Cazalys Palmerston. Cazalys Palmerston Club. Come and check out our cafe, open 7 days a week. Our kids club is open Wednesday to Sunday nights, including weekend lunchtime. Enjoy hot meals with nightly specials at the bistro or cold drinks at the sports bar. Feeling lucky? Have a go at the latest machines in our gaming lounge or grab your mates for a round of pool. Family gatherings or casual meetings, we have something for everyone. Cazalys Palmerston Club, making a difference.
Love exploring the territory? If you do, it's good to know that with TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance, if you have an accident covered by your policy, we're here to help with the reasonable costs of towing, as well as your additional emergency accommodation and travelling costs. So get out there and explore.
Back here to Cazalys Arena with my fellow commentator Natasha Medbury. We've got Darwin Buffaloes leading 2-4-16 to 2-2-14, Tash, but it's been a very close encounter.
Yeah, and like I mentioned earlier on in the call, Gray, that it started, the first 10 minutes was all the Magpies, and then the Buffaloes went bang, pulled the trigger, and Maggies really struggled to get it back into their forward 50, and it was sort of a goal against the flow by Lucas Edmonds to kick his second and kick the Magpies second. Now, doesn't look good for the Palmerston Magpies either, is that Jonty Patrick, it looks like he is out. We can see him off screen here just hobbling to the bench. He doesn't look like he's going to be back. He's got ice on his knee. And all I'm hoping is that it might be a corky or a bit of a sore knee, because the last thing that young fella would want was it to be anything worse like an ACL or an MCL.
No,
so
if we don't talk about ACLs,
I'm hoping
he certainly looks in a bit of strife. But
yeah, I'll find out at half time. I seen Callum Groves also come off. He had his shin taped. I think he had a similar injury, a bit of an incident what I had in my game. We clashed shins, and I had a lump that come up. So we've just got a message here, so I'll just have a look.
So we've got the Darwin Buffaloes leading by 2 points. The injury free, except Chris Atkinson, the ruckman, got it knocked, but he seems to be all right now, Natasha. And as you said, the vice-captain for the Magpies is off the ground, Jonty Patrick, with what looks like a left knee or a corky. And here they go.
So back in the middle, Book wins that one down. Who's got the clearance? Philip Wills. Willsy has changed jumpers, so he's now 15. So Philip Wills had a ripped number 5. So running back with the fly to the footy there. Buffaloes comes out to Robinson. Good crowd here to come and see the ex-AFL boys. Picked up by Darcy. Darcy straight back down the throat of Mitch Robinson.
He's worked his way into the game, Mitch, hasn't he? He's got plenty of touches.
So Robbo straight down the guts. Watstow. Spearing delivery towards Stewart. So coming through there, I think that's Coco Nicky there. Handball, smothered. There they go forward to the footy. All one-on-one contest down there. Used his body well. That's Coco Nicky now. Tried to kick it off the ground. Coco Nicky now. He goes and kicks his first goal of the game, and the Darwin Buffaloes have their third.
Yes, one thing Coco does not lack, Natasha, is leg speed, as you saw. Swooped on that loose ball over the back and slammed it through. So a very handy goal in the first minute to the Buffaloes. As they worked it forward.
All one-on-one contest there. All one-on-one contest down in that forward 50, and it just got over the back and used his body pretty well.
There's plenty of leg speed from his rugby union days.
Yeah, I think it was Nicky Yarran that just shielded that footy, used his body, and he's got a lot of strength, Nicky Yarran, for his size. He's so strong.
He's a very good rugby league player too.
Yeah, yeah.
They're strong.
So just waiting for the...
Yeah, it's a combination of sports in the Northern Territory, isn't it? Rugby league, rugby union, and of course Aussie rules.
That's right. And back in the middle, ball comes down. Kicked straight out of midair by Robinson. He's actually racking up the possessions in the start of the second quarter. Plays on quickly, Hams. Good pressure by Yarran on the mark, but taken out there on the far wing. Plays on now. It was Young. And here's Williams again. So Kelvin Williams
has certainly made his mark in his return match.
And I mean, the matchup, I thought they looked a little bit small last week, not last week, the week before, the Darwin Buffaloes, just in the defensive back line. But Kelvin Williams coming in, I think the first game, Kevin Moroney had to play on Matt Ryan, the captain at the Pint. But he did well in the second half and really shut him down. But having Kelvin Williams come in, he's just got that bit of height, and we know his agility and his leap. He can play on the tools, and he let Patullo know all about it as well.
He did, as Kelvin used to. I don't think he played last season, did he?
No, he was focusing on basketball the last couple of years, so he's come back in now. So there's also, I think he's gone out there, and the umpire's called him. So, no, there's a free kick. No? The umpire's running down there. No, it's a boundary throw in, sorry. Bit of confusion there.
You're right about Kelvin, though. He's got that big leap.
Yeah,
It certainly helps when you're a backman.
And when he left footy to concentrate on basketball, he was doing so. Well, it wasn't like he was, they were carrying him or anything. He was one of the best defenders down there.
Yeah.
So it just sort of straightens him up a bit and gives him that taller target to play down there, and it frees up Moroney because he's been having to play on the tall targets down there.
And of course, both of them have showed their class even as juniors. They played for the Northern Territory in the Thunder 18s, so they were very prominent players then. They've carried it through.
Haven't seen too much of Matheson yet, but taken pretty high there was Wharf. The ball comes out forward here for the Magpies over the top. Patulo, can he get there? He does, and he kicks it off the ground. Was it touched after the line? The umpire says yes, it was. So it's a goal. Goal there for the Palmerston Magpies. So they're 2 points behind. We've gone 4 minutes in the second quarter.
Very handy goal early in the second quarter. Patulo, he once again, it was almost a carbon copy of the Buffalo goal over the back. This time he kicked it off the ground just in time. I think might have been just before the line.
And guess whose arm it was? Kelvin Williams. They got there nearly.
So that brings the margin back to 2 points again, does it?
Yep.
Yep. So there's nothing in it. Mitch Robinson, as you said, racking up possessions. I wonder what the Magpies are going to do. They're going to put a tag on him, or at least get someone to man him up.
And he was racking him up at the half-back flank there. So off. Now he's just having a look to see where he's actually starting. That's Matheson. Handballs. Tries to get his own footy, but the umpire said free kick, you were being held. So Matheson out here to Jared Stokes. A bit of a quiet game so far.
So far, a long way to go.
Mitch Robertson's taken his thunder from him. So that's Lockie Hill. Hill over the top to Bradley Stokes, usually a good user of the footy. Puts it out. He uses his body well. Good work by Groves. Got a fist in there. Here's Stafford. Stafford with the kick around the corner. How does it bounce? Not favourably for him. And it's through for a boundary throw-in. Yeah, so they've got another opportunity here, the Buffaloes. I see Atkins just come up. He's still holding that shoulder. A bit concerned for that shoulder.
Still looks a bit sore. He hurt it about midway through the first quarter, didn't he? And he hasn't looked 100% since.
Goes short. That's Stewart. I think they've got a hand to that. Yeah, it is.
Need to go over the shoulder.
There's Mitch Robinson. He was out of bounds. Well done to the boundary umpire there.
Yeah, right on the spot, the boundary umpire.
So Nathan Stewart will now chop out in the ruck. So a little bit undersized, but he's got a good leap on him. So
is he going to go up against Stafford?
No, he's going up against Cook, I think. Cook is there. So you just see them set right at the back there.
You're talking about Palmerston. Yeah, I'm talking about.
So there they go. So Cook to front position, and they got down to Blake Fletcher there. He's come on. He's playing in the back line. The umpire, what's he going to call? He does. So holding the footy, the free kick is going the way of Stokesy, I think that is. Is that Stokesy? Yeah, it is. And Jared Stokes. Yes, directly in front.
He's normally at the bottom or near the bottom of every pack, is Jared.
He's just got so much speed. I mean, he taps the ball to his own advantage, but he's got so much speed, leg speed, and he always seems to shove the tackles, but he's also a really great tackler. So,
as you said, he's got one of those set shots. Tash, how will he go with this?
Yeah, he can. A bit nervous, and he's just snuck that in, I reckon. So Jared Stokes has his first, and the Darwin Buffaloes have their fourth. So 8 points the difference here. We've gone 7 minutes in the second. So Jared Stokes, I reckon he was down there for the stoppage, the boundary throw-in, and just a good tackle, caught holding the footy, and the free kick to Stokesy. So
also a very good rugby league player in his day was Jared as a junior. So obviously knows how to tackle.
Yeah, he's
and tackle around the waist as well.
Yeah, I reckon that was the sport that he grew up with his dad.
Frankie.
Yeah, Frankie.
Yeah, the former Manly Warringah champion, wasn't he?
So we know the talents there, of course. He's Uncle Stephen, of course, yes, brilliant player, and the coach's dad. So
heaps of bloodline there.
Yeah, there's a lot of Stokeses at the Darwin Buffaloes, and Cameron's sister Bianca had a good game as well, was captain for the Buffets in the game before. Okay, so we played on each other a little bit, and she had a very good game, Bianca.
So as you said, it's the Buffaloes by 8 points. Approaching the midway point, are we, of the second quarter?
Yeah, eight minutes gone, so just a bit of an arm wrestle again to start this second quarter, a bit like we've seen in the first quarter.
Geez, dark on that side of the ground, isn't it?
Ball comes out to Stewart. Stewart for the Buffaloes, close to the boundary line. He's taken that inside. I think that's Jonas Nicky out there. It is. Plays on. Goes long. Someone shoved over. That was Mitch Robinson. Shoved his opponent in Ashton Hams.
Yes, in this case it was Mitch doing the shoving rather than the other way around. Ashton Hams, very cool, calm and collected back there, isn't he?
I'll tell you what, Magpies would be, can't think of the word, absolutely lost without him in that defensive 50, Gray. Just he's a general back there, you know, tells all the players where to go to, and yeah, uses his body smarts, and yeah, very much needed back there for the Palmerston Magpies. So Fuller just waited for that ball to come to him, allowed his opponent to get a fist in there. There's Mitch Robinson, turns. Lambton needs to get on his bike. He does now. Got a little bit of time. Ball bounces kindly for him. Goes across the face of goal. Needs to kick it now. Collinson was charging him down in the end. Under a bit of pressure. That's a good kick out. And I think that's...
Always a dangerous tactic, though, in handballing or kicking across the goals, but it worked.
Blake Fletcher out there. So partner Crystal Brown. Coming for the Maggies. So Marika couldn't get the hands clear. Now the Maggies go forward. I think that was Darcy that kicked that forward. Broderick Church with a good tackle. McConnell gives it back to a teammate coming through. It's Brongher, and he's kicked the goal. So they've got their fourth. Good work, the Palmerston Magpies. The number 12, Alberto Brongher.
And another goal where someone swooped on the football and ran into an open goal. So,
and my apologies if I'm saying that wrong.
There is plenty of leg speed out there on both sides, Tash, isn't there?
Yeah, there is. And Mitch Robinson's come off for a spell, so he should.
So he should have.
Yeah, Nick Yarran's gone on for him, so it's a like for like there.
Probably wants a good cool drink, which he's got.
Maggies are doing a couple of changes, so Edmonds is coming off. McConnell. Going on is Darcy and Barrett.
Edward Darcy Senior, of course, one of the great players of the Palmerston Magpies in the early noughties, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he won a premiership with the Palmerston Magpies. He also won a premiership with the Tiwi Bombers.
That's right.
Edward Darcy was one of my favourite players, one of my brother's good mates, my good mate as well. Yeah. And yeah, shout out to Edward Senior. Love you, mate. And
now we've got Edward
son,
Junior.
Yeah, your son. Hopefully stays in the black and white. Be good to see Senior around the club again. If we can get him there. So Buffaloes with the clearance once again. So this is the time in the first quarter that they really come and smash the Palmerston Maggies, especially the defensive line. Good work to the Maggies. Chain of handballs. There's Wilsey. Hands goes in, gets a footy now. Wills around. Who's there? Good mark taken there by Barrett, I think that was. Couldn't take the footy there. That was Barrett. Now gets rid of it. In the midfield by the goal kicker. So that's Brongher. And a mark taken.
Yeah,
back
a bit of a blaze away there by the young fellow. If you had a look, you would have seen a couple of players on their own.
Yeah, James took the mark. Goes across to Nicky. Nicky Stokes. Stokes is playing a lot higher. There's Yarran. Well held up there by Lambton. You can tell him, you can see him saying to the interchange there he needs a rotation, so he looks a bit buggered. Good mark to Coleman. Coleman played on there. The umpire seeing it says play on now, and that's an absolutely beautiful ball into the forward 50.
Just like his brother, pinpoint. Except he's a right footer and his brother, of course, Kitty, is a left footer, but that was right on the button.
Yeah, good mark there by Jonas Nicky.
Here's a shot for Jonas Nicky, is it?
Yeah, Jonas Nicky.
He'd be right on the 50 by the look of it.
So Nicky, and he kicks it.
No.
Oh, just not enough to that far goal post. Down from this pocket, that's what you've got to do. If you're on the other side, you do it to the far. Yeah, post. So just missed that one, but we've seen the skills of Coleman there. Mitch Robinson's waiting to come back on.
So that's obviously in the Coleman bloodlines, is the disposal by foot.
Yeah, they got good skills, that's for sure. So Maggies, turnover here for the Buffaloes, and a kick straight in, and that's Coco Nicky, I reckon, that's taken that. It is. So he's on a 45-degree angle. So if he aims for the nearest goalpost, it should come back around with the breeze.
Yes, he's set things up for himself nicely here.
It's only 3 points the difference, so been a good game so far, but Maggies just need to make sure that this period now that they do a shutdown roll, because it was this period in the first quarter that really sort of opened up for the Darwin Buffaloes. So Mitch Robertson's back on. Jackson Clark's there.
Goal, and he's put it through. No,
he's just missed it. So another behind. Geez,
yeah.
they've kicked a lot of behinds. 4-6 now.
4-6 to 4-2, yeah. 10 shots to 6. And it's only those 4 misses that they're in front by. 4 behinds.
Ashton Hams with the kick-out duties as always. That's my task these days.
The former West Coast Eagle.
Yeah. The experience is vital. Coming through, bounce. That was Yaron, I think that was. It hits Matt Watkins on the chest. And he's going to kick it from exactly the same spot that Coco Nicky just had a shot.
And probably the same spot at the other end of the ground, Tash, where he missed 2.
Just keeping an eye on Lucas Edmonds, that's kicked the 2 goals for the Palmerston Magpies. Looks like a sternum injury that the trainer is looking at down here. Yeah. He's come off and he's looking in a lot of discomfort. He went back on the ground after he was hit after that goal, but he's come back off after a contest, and that's missed as well. They can't really read that breeze down there at the moment. And they did it in the first quarter as well down the other end.
Yes, well, I've kicked 2-3 this quarter. And, of course, the...
Ham's asking his players to run at him.
I've kicked 2-5 this quarter.
So Wolfie's got the ball. He's got Blake Fletcher close to the boundary line. He goes down to a contest looking for Darcy. Darcy comes across the pack. Can he keep it in? He doesn't, and takes it over the boundary line. So Stewart has come off. You can just see him coming off there, and Atkins has gone back on, Atkinson.
There's Mitch Robinson pushing and shoving with Philip Wills again. Philip Wills, of course, now number 15, Tash, as you said.
Yeah, 2 bulls at it, them 2.
Yeah.
Ball comes out by Barrett. There's Coleman. Look at that pass. Oh. Absolutely beautiful. Pin perfect, as you said. And again, Coco Nicky takes the mark, this time directly in front. The man on the mark's about 35, 40 metres from goal, probably about 35, I reckon.
I can just see those Coleman brothers in their backyard with their foot passing to each other. It's magnificent to watch.
Like I said, in the grand final, his brother Keaton had an absolute blinder.
Yeah. Even more the week before against Carlton, was brilliant.
Oh, he was best on ground in that game. So we'll just keep here with Coco Nicky, and he sprayed that as well. It's only just snuck in for a minor score, that one. So
well, I've kicked 2-6 this quarter so far, and they've only been going, 16 minutes?
They're actually keeping the Maggies in this game here. In this quarter, I must say. There's only 6 points the difference, but if they were goals, great. It would have been a bit of a different story. So Jared Stokes has come off. We'll just keep an eye on him, because very rarely does he come off. So he's just talking to his cousin.
We're getting blocked by the match manager here, but now we can see.
The coach, and over the back here, and the Maggies should get another goal. Play on. The umpire says that's okay, and Bailey Young gets the reply, and all the behinds and all the shots the Buffaloes had, a swing of the footy down the other end, and it's a goal, and now we've got to draw it 32 apiece. And
all in one hit, because one goal's worth 6 points, so there's the 6 points that the Magpies have missed.
So goal
that the Buffaloes have missed, sorry, yeah. That was Bailey Young, was it?
Yeah, it was. Yep, Bailey Young.
So we're all square. 5 goals, 6. In fact, we're all square, yeah.
We are all square. So the goal kickers so far is Lucas Edmonds has 2 for the Palmerston Magpies. 1 in the first, 1 in the second. Alberto Bronher has 1. He's kicked 1 in the second quarter. And also Bailey Young and Josh Patullo. And for the Buffaloes so far, we've got Jared Stokes with 1, Coco Nicky with 1, and Mitch Robertson with 2, both in those first quarter.
So goal kicking is a bit of a rarity, though, in this game. There's been a lot of misses.
And that breeze has fooled them all. So Coleman with the hand pass, up and under kick. Underneath it was Hams. He couldn't take the mark. Footy was too hot. Comes out now. Willsey picks it up, gets rid of it, then kicks it over to a teammate that was clever. Appealing for a free kick. The umpire says play on. You can hear the crowd getting involved now. It's right in front of that big grandstand. Matt Watkins, and he drills it. So he's kicked the Buffalo's 5th goal, but puts him in front by that goal. There's a scruffle.
That's his
Shuffle
first.
on back play there. If we just watch, there's a bit of a feeling there. And there's
Yes, there's a lot of players
Mitch Robinson,
involved.
I think it is, and he's still going there with Callum Groves. There's a mouth guard that's come flying out.
Yes, they've calmed down a little bit now. A couple of players with hands on knees, so they went in pretty hard, Tash.
Yeah, Ahmad Watkins there with that goal.
Can't see any books though coming out, so
You don't see that very often, the book actually come out, but that's Nicky Yarran coming off, and he's just coming off for his rotation. There's
kicked that goal with his left foot too, Ahmad Watkins.
3 players waiting here for the buff. So Jared Stokes come on for Nicky Yarran. We've got James as well. And so has Callum Groves come off. So
he looks all right though. I think he's come for a bit of a rest.
yeah, I think it's just frustration there for the young fella. Such an important player for the Palmerston Magpies. He's going for a bit of a walk at the back of the interchange there just to cool down. Mitch Robinson is known for his getting under players' skin tactic.
You could say for his aggressiveness.
Yeah, he goes pretty hard at the footy, but
Yeah.
you know, if it's within the rules, then you know everything's fair game. So a bit of feeling now. Kicked off the ground by Wilsey. Moves it forward. That's a good 40-metre gain. Picked up front on contact. Well done, Eldridge. Eldridge will get it back now. And he does. Uses his speed to run away for the 15. And then a turnover and finds Levi Grigg.
Right in the middle of the ground, just on a wing slightly.
Grigg, one-on-one contest. Well done to Wrongher to get a hand in that. Bradley Stokes. Handball finds Matheson. Matheson handballs to Mitch Robinson to Jared Stokes. Jared Stokes under pressure. Gets it up to Coleman. Coleman goes back to Mitchell. Mitchell back to Coleman. Coleman fumbled the footy. Sorry, that was Jonas Nicky.
Jonas Nicky is there.
Come to ground. There's Nicky once again. Just finds a player by himself. This is Jackson Clark. Nearly falls over his own feet.
Now he slowed things down too. I'm not quite sure he had a lot of room to move, but then
Yeah, that's Matheson. He's going to go to Mitch Robinson. Mitch Robinson will play on quickly. Goes to Eldridge. Eldridge drops the footy. Picked up here by Grigg. Grigg goes back to Blake. Fletcher to Marika.
Eldridge coming off a bit sore there too.
Down the line, and a good mark by Moroney. Under a bit of pressure there, but Moroney always reliable back there.
Just looking at Timmy Eldridge come off, I think it's his left shoulder. He looks all right though. Being spoken to by the coach.
Yeah, I think the coach having a bit of a chat to him there about that turnover. There was 2 turnovers there by Eldridge, but you know, patted him on the head and said, "Keep doing what you're doing, mate. You're doing well, but just that last kick, just make sure you hit a target."
Just a little bit sore on the left shoulder, Tim, but then again, he's Mr. Fearless, so I wouldn't worry him.
So Jared Stokes, the stop-start footy. We've gone 21 minutes in the last in red time. They're ahead by 6 points, and they're all the points that they kicked in this quarter. Ashton Ham gets a hand to it at the back. Coming through there is Driscoll. Driscoll needs to get rid of the footy. Comes out the back. Otso kicks it, and he's kicked a goal for the Darwin Buffaloes. So John Otso
Yes, he
kicks his first.
measured that up pretty well, Tash. He saw the goals in front of him, about 40 metres out. Nice looking left foot punt kick. Not a particularly beautiful kick, but certainly effective.
Yeah, the games that I've watched, the Darwin Buffaloes, I've been impressed with his game.
Orstow. He'd have relations on Bathurst Island, being an Orstow.
Yeah, and he's come off after.
After kicking it.
No, he's still out there. That was Tyrese Raymond that come off.
So that's Buffalo's, 6 goals. This is AFLNT's coverage of the round 4 game between Palmerston and the Darwin Buffaloes at Cazalys Arena in front of a big crowd, Tash.
Yeah, there is a big crowd here at Cazalys tonight, which is good to see. We had some of the junior girls playing over on Oval 2 earlier on. We had the women's before this. My apologies, I don't know exactly the score, but the Darwin Buffettes got the win over us. It was a good game of footy.
9 goals 2 to 4 goals 2 it was.
Oh, wasn't? Yeah, we got within 11 points, and then we just sort of lost the last bit there. And the umpire, just as the Palmerston Magpies were about to go for a shot on goal, and there's the goal kicker.
It's about to stroll into goal.
And Otso's turned it over to that man that's gone back on, Lucas Edmonds.
He's already kicked 2, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has, and just pops up at the right time for the Palmerston Magpies.
And he read that ball beautifully too. taking the intercept mark.
Here we'll go for goal here. He comes back. Noted goal kicker.
He's taken the long run up too, Tash. The fast bowling run up.
He's got the breeze behind him, so if he goes to that nearest goalpost, it should come around. Looks good. The goal umpire does not move, and it's through for a goal. He's got his third. The Palmerston Magpies have their sixth, so still 6 points the difference here.
And as far as the small forward goes, he's done the job very, very well. And he kicked a few last week, didn't he?
Yeah, he kicked two last week.
So he certainly knows where the goals are, and he's got half the Palmerston score.
Yeah, the Tiwi Bombers against the Tiwi Bombers.
Which is a terrific effort from young Edmund. I say young, I assume he's young.
Yeah, he's not, I think he's in his early 20s, Edmonds.
Only a boy.
So, yeah, pretty young.
So that means the score, Tash, is 6-2 to 6-8. Only a goal in it, despite the dominance early on in this quarter of the Buffaloes.
Yeah, been a good spread of good players across both teams. I think everyone, you sort of look through the team sheet and everyone's got a hand on the footy, done something tonight in both teams. So it's been a good outcome.
Very even contest, yeah.
It's the umpire. As you said, it's umpire round. Jerry Frank Memorial game. They'll present a medal for the best on ground. They'll do. They have a shield, I believe, too, and that's holding the footy. The umpire free kick to Coleman. Now we know he's got a lethal foot.
Kick again. Look at
there
this.
It is.
Oh, no, I thought the umpire was a Buffalo.
Kicked it to space. Oh, and the umpire. And that was
he's picked out a free kick.
Oh, and he's picked it and saying Hams was diving at the footy, so at his legs. Oh, I thought that was going to go the other way there, Gray.
So it's just a bit confusing, wasn't it?
Yeah, I reckon if they look back on that, the umpires, it should have probably gone the other way.
The other way,
yeah,
I agree.
Definitely.
Oh.
Just goes across. So Barrett, Tate Barrett.
It was my boy Antonio James gave it up then.
Goes down the corridor. There wouldn't be that much left in this quarter. McConnell, look at the speed shown. Then gives the handball off to Young. Young, chip across. He's got that play on. That's Greg with a shot on goal. As he snuck it in, he has. We've got it all tied up again here at 44 apiece. And a good turnover there by the Maggies. They worked hard for it, and it resulted in a goal to Greg.
Yes, they ran hard and also used the ball well. It left the Buffalo backline a bit flat-footed. And Greg, as you said, then virtually ran into an open goal, which was a terrific lead-up play and a great finish. So that's, what did you say, 44 points apiece?
Yeah, 44 apiece. So 7-2, 44, 6-8, 44. We've gone nearly 26 minutes by the time the ball gets back into this middle.
Yes, they certainly haven't bowed to the Darwin Buffaloes. They've had a red-hot go tonight, the Magpies. Their coach, Josh Heath, will be very happy with them.
Yeah, the Patches, they've got a few running repairs, but on the sideline here.
Have,
so
it's a worry, isn't it?
Yeah, Edward Darcy now is getting his left knee strapped up. We already know that John T. Patrick's been out since the first quarter, so they're down a rotation since earlier on the first quarter. Jared Stokes will get the free kick for a hold off the footy.
Gee, we must be in the shadows of half-time. 26 and a half minutes gone.
Yeah, getting close. I tell you what, the Magpies won't want to give away a goal here. That gets over the top, and Wharf will let that one go out of bounds.
So 7 goals, 2 to 6-8. That's 9 shots to 14. And the scores are all tied up in the second quarter here at Cazalys Arena.
So, boundary throw-in. We'll be hoping for the siren here, the Palmerston Magpies. There's not a goal, another goal given parry to Wheels. Wheels, just a clearing kick. Underneath it, the goal kicker. That's Brungher. Gets it back to Edmonds, I think that was. He was taken after he kicked the footy.
FAD, freed after delivery, yep.
So Edmonds has got a big target on his head. Broderick Church kicks it over to Patolo. Well done, Williams. Patolo gets the footy back. Then Williams has him. He's close to the boundary line. Gets rid of the footy, and the umpire says, throw it in.
Yes.
Good one-on-one contest, them two all night so far. Patolo's only kicked one goal.
Yeah, it's almost a contest of strength.
Yeah, I reckon,
rather than a leg speed or anything like that.
I reckon Kelvin Williams has just got it over him at the moment. He's only kicked one goal, but Williams has had a really big impact down there. Goes through the legs there of Young.
Gee, a late goal here by the Magpies would be good news.
Matheson keeps that in. I reckon that went out. Umpire was blindsided.
Here
now
they come,
Hams.
the Magpies. Oh,
There's Church, I think that was. Tries to get the ball to Griggs, couldn't. Ortso's kick is smothered. Callum Groves couldn't pick it up. Footy was too hot. James is there as well for the Buffaloes. Turnover. Here's Hill. Hill has Nicky by himself. What's further downfield? Not much. It's all one-on-one contest. They're pushing and shoving. He has to go sideways. He does to Moroney. Held up well there by Barrett.
Come all the way down from the back pocket, Moroney.
And there's the siren. It's 44 apiece here. Great. What a contest we have on our hands.
And most probably a fair reflection of the game too, Tash. Palmerston, of course, have made the most of their delivery into the forward line, and the Buffaloes a bit inaccurate, but it's a great game. It's 44 points apiece, and this is AFL&T's coverage of the round 4 game between Palmerston and the Darwin Buffaloes at Cazalys Arena. We'll be back after half-time.
Cazalys Palmerston Club. Come and check out our cafe, open 7 days a week. Our kids club is open Wednesday to Sunday nights, including weekend lunchtime. Enjoy hot meals with nightly specials at the bistro or cold drinks at the sports bar. Feeling lucky? Have a go at the latest machines in our gaming lounge or grab your mates for a round of pool. Family gatherings or casual meetings, we have something for everyone. Cazalys Palmerston Club, making a difference.
Kick to the top of the goal square, but Pint scrambling in defence, but only as far as Turnbull there. He hands it off to Carlin once again. He kicks long towards goal. The kick looks pretty good. I think it's just got there. It has. So first blood on the board to Waratah. To it, but again Pint set up in defence. This time the kick's smothered, and play on's the call as the tackle comes in. Here's the big fella Hutt gets on the end of it, easy as you like, and just bangs it straight through the middle. Toby Hutt with the goal for Tars and gets his hand on it, then turns it over, and Pint trying to work it through the hands. The left foot kick is hooked right back into the goal square. It's going to go all the way, I think. It has, and that was Bennett for Pint as it's brought in by Smythe. Straight down the middle of the ground. Thomas Motlop's in some space at the back of the pack, and he's got another one. So just in the right place at the right time a couple of times. Thomas Motlop, Pint go inside forward 50 again. Ryan cleverly gets it over, and now a snapshot towards goal. Looks good. It is good. And that was Andrew Jones got on the end of that one. Ball at ground level is swooped on, and now an opportunity for Thomas Motlop. Just bats it forward, and now a snapshot for goal. Looks good. It is good. And
kind of stepped out to 25-point lead.
Kirby with the long kick straight down the middle of the ground. Williams spilt the mark. Here's a chance, and Hutt at ground level. So a costly mistake back there by Warwick Williams. He's ground, and Turnbull gets a hand pass over the top to Munkara. He goes for a run round the outer side of the ground. A couple of bounces now, loses control of it, but gets it back again. He has a third bounce. He's running all the way up to the goal line here. Kicks towards goal from about 10 metres out, and a terrific piece of play. We talked about having the courage to take the game on, Dave, and that's exactly what he did. To Cassidy. Cassidy kicks high towards half forward, punched away off the hands. Silver with the hand pass over the top to the advantage of Brody Carroll. Brody Carroll on the left foot, and once again just quick movement of the ball. It is for Pint, and tackled with the ball out wide there was Skeen McMahon. Now here's another shot at goal from out wide. It's Munkara again, is it? Straight through for a goal from out on the boundary line. Hooks one over the top again, but it's Pint at ground level. As Motlop on the outside of the boot kicks towards goal. It's swinging back. I think he's got it. He has got it. It's just got over the line. Stephen Motlop with once again a bit of magic. The city end half of the ground as they've all pushed back. Tars to try and stop it. Pint to try and get a quick. There's a kick off the ground out of the middle of the pack. And it's a goal, and Pint have got themselves back in front. We're just trying to work out who it is that they pick up off the ground. I think it might be Elliot Chalmers in there. I think it is, yeah. Kirby in front, gets it over the back to Collis. Collis gets a quick kick forward as the siren sounds. The game's over, miraculously. Excuse me, Pint have given up a huge margin and then somehow have managed to come back and got their noses in front and held on in the end to win by 1 point, Dave. What a game of footy. Oh. Kim Cantilla, so back to two. He runs around the player on the mark, kicks along with the left. The kick looks pretty good. It's going right to the line. It's going over the line and through for the first goal of the match. And
Scrappy in the midfield.
So from the rock contest, Tui again clearing away and a shot at goal. Swinging back on the breeze. Looks good. It's Timothy Babui. And his teammates get around him. That's another goal to Tui. Pretty well behind there. Use it to Michael Dunn. He chips the ball down towards centre half forward. Or through the hands. Or ball slips out. And now another chance for Tui. The ball's banged on the boot there by Jason Puruntarameri Jr. And it's another Tui goal. Streaming out, and now the ball at ground level again. And Palmerston defenders are worried as it's picked up by Orville this time. On the left foot, he kicks long towards goal. It's floating all the way through. Brock Orville gets on the scoreboard as well to get it to Tipalura. Tipalura kicks inside 50 at ground level. There's another opportunity. Running round, Roy Cantilla swings on the right foot, just found himself some space. And Kim Cantilla, sorry it was, that kicked that goal.
In front, but he did well to get back in front of it.
Patulo wins the hit out down to Edmonds. Edmonds snaps at goal. I think he's got it. He has. It's another Palmerston goal, and it's Edmonds again. Kick looks like that's going across the face. It's falling short, punched away from behind. Kim Cantilla at ground level picks up, snaps around the corner, and celebrates as well as anyone ever has with a fist pump to the air. Control it in the end, and now he's got some support from McDonald Tipping-Woody. Gets it back. And now back over the top to McDonald Tipping-Woody. Snaps towards goal. I think he's got it. He has, and his first goal for the game. Tui off and running once again as Orville kicks down here in front of the grandstand. Kim Cantilla cleverly pushes off Wills, runs inside forward 50 now, steadies himself, kicks towards goal. And that's another beautiful finish. And Kim Cantilla is having some sort of game.
That's his third goal for the day.
Got tackled as he took possession of the ball. Cantilla got it over to Brendan Cantilla, streaming away, kicks inside forward 50. That's a beautiful pass. So Kim Cantilla kick on the way. Looks pretty good, I think. It's going right to the line. Goal umpire had to duck underneath it, but it's through for a goal. Affects Cruz in the marking contest. The ball spills to Patulo. He's got a player in space out the back. It's Church as the ball bounces away from him. He's running into the open goal. Can't miss that one. And that was better transition play by Palmer. So Cantilla wins a hit out straight down to Orville. Orville kicks long down towards half forward. McDonald Tipping-Woody running with the flight of the ball, snatches it out of the air and runs in and bangs it through for another Tiwi goal, his second.
Willing to run out of there, so it certainly caused a lot of trouble at Palmerston when they've gone forward.
Patulo did the ruck work, gets it back, swings the ball towards goal. Looks good, it is good. It's gone through for another Palmerston goal there. Second in this quarter. Now Patulo chips in short to Wills. He's got a player over the top, and surely another goal here. And again, it's Church who gets on the end of it and runs in and kicks his third goal, his second from about a metre out. in space all by himself. He's got the player out wide. As the siren goes, he swings it out there, and the TUI fans rejoice with a comfortable victory here, and obviously one that has a lot of meaning with the ceremony that they had before the game, Nick, and everything that's happened on the TUI Islands over the last month or so.
Love exploring the territory? If you do, it's good to know that with TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance, if you have an accident covered by your policy, we're here to help with the reasonable costs of towing, as well as your additional emergency accommodation and travelling costs. So get out there and explore. Get a quote today. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Here, and Forrester's kick misses the target, and a chance for Nightcliff early as Kyle Emery comes out on the lead. Comes in now with the set shot, kicks on the way, goal umpire does not move, straight through the middle, and Emery gets Nightcliff on the board early in this first quarter. For Nightcliff gets the kick forward, and at ground level it's Kennedy who gets the hand pass over the top. Here's a chance for Nightcliff as the shot towards goal looks good. They're celebrating Nightcliff, but it's Wanderers with the clearance as the kick comes into half forward. Morris from behind trying to punch the ball away. Here's an opportunity for Wanderers as Keelan Fijay gets out the back, has a bounce, runs into the open goal and bangs it through from a couple of metres out to get Wanderers' first goal on the board, and finds Politis just inside the forward 50. Philo running around the back, calling for it. He receives, kicks long towards goal, and he's thumped that straight through the middle. And Jay Moody hands it off to Politis, who kicks long straight down to contest at the top of the goal square. The ball slips out the back, easy as you like. It's Brett Kennedy who gets on the end of it and thumps it through for yet another Nightcliff goal. So a good hand pass across the top there from Tardrew, and the kick goes into the goal square out the back. Mummery again, one-handed, scoops it up, gets it onto the foot, kicks it over his shoulder, and as quickly and easily as you like. Ball inside to the 50, just Jerome Motlop couldn't handle it, but now it comes across Dre Thompson. Hand passes over the top, and this should be a walk-in goal to Wanderers. It is, and a badly needed one as Preston Patrick got on the end of that. He hand passes over the top, and Motlop drills the pass looking for Thompson, comes back to Marlon Motlop now running inside 50, has a chance to score for Wanderers, and he does, bangs it straight through the middle, and that was a better passage of play. Gets the 1-2, gets it off to Peris now. Peris with a high ball. It's a one-on-one contest out here from the goal square, but working back to help now is Scott. He hooks the ball over his shoulder, and that's a pretty good finish in the end. Aidan Scott, he's been busy on the wing. Hand passes to the running Peris. That kick really didn't go to the advantage of Mummery down there, but Zeus gave it back to Mummery. A bit of candy sold there, and finishes beautifully. That's didn't take possession of the ball cleanly. Dre Thompson at ground level tries to force it forward. A toe poke off the ground from Cooper Darms, I think it was, and he's put it through for another Nightcliff goal. Hard as ever, makes his way to the front, punches it away, but Lewis gets a kick forward. Chance at ground level. Davidson fishes it straight out to King on the outside of the boot. That's a good finish from 30 out from one step, and he uses him out to Marley King. He plays on straight away, kicks into Dre Thompson at half forward, gives back to King running onto the ball, kicks long towards goal, and would you believe it, he's kicked another one. So that's the last 5 of the game to Wanderers, and King's kicked 3 of them. Got a couple of players leading at him as the siren goes to end the game, and yeah, what looked to be a game that was fizzing out a bit as a spectacle came to life with Wanderers kicking those last 5 goals and winning the last quarter and winning the last half, I think, in the end. So yeah, didn't toss it in, and there's something for him to work with, I think, Dave.
Come on, Maggie. Go, Joshy. Come on.
And welcome back to the Palmerston Darwin Buffaloes Round 4 NTFL game here at Cazalys Arena in Palmerston, which is about 20-odd K out of Darwin, where we've got the Darwin Buffaloes and Palmerston locked up at 44 points apiece. And my fellow commentator, Natasha Mebry, you'd give Palmerston a chance.
Yeah, it's been a classic game of footy. You know, the start of each quarter has sort of gone the way of the Magpies for the first, 8 to 10 minutes, and then the Buffaloes have sort of swing that back around to their advantage, and then, the Maggies have got late goals in both the quarters in the red time, and you just see John C. Patrick go past. So it's not an ACL, we believe. I asked him, and it might be MCL or that sort of injury, which is usually about a 6 or 7 week injury. So he'll be more thankful for that rather than a season, that you're out for. So hopefully it is only something like that. So they've been down to 3 rotations since early on in the first quarter.
Interestingly too, Tash, most of the goals have been kicked by running small forwards, the big key forwards. We haven't really seen them feature yet on both sides.
No, Stafford hasn't got too much of the footy, but he's sort of playing as a high. He's going to play in the as full forward now. But when we see him spot up the kicks, he's sort of getting it on the paint of the 50.
Yeah.
But we know that he's got a massive kick. He actually prefers to kick it from further out than closer. So don't doubt him that if he takes it on the 50 or 45 out, he'll have a shot.
So here we go for the third quarter.
So back in the middle. He's going to get this clearance, tracking the way of Buffs. James will pick this up. Handballs to a player running past in Stokes. Stokes will gather now. He puts the afterburners on. He's usually good in this position. Has he snuck it in? No, he hasn't. So it's through for a minor score.
Did most things right, Jared. Perhaps ran a bit too far and had to hook on goal rather than kick straight through it. But it's put them in front. They're a point in front 1 minute or half a minute into the third quarter.
The Maggies have been a lot better coming out of their defensive 50 tonight than what they were last week against the Tiwi Bombers. There's the kick out. So there's Grook.
He's done well, Tash, this guy, Gook.
Gook has.
Is it Gook or Gook? Gook.
We're coming up with it tonight. I'll find out during training.
But no, he's been very impressive. I'm sure Josh Heath and his coaching staff will be pleased with the big fellow.
Well, it comes.
There's a chance.
Just at the back there. So Maggie's with the opportunity here. Deep in the left forward pocket for the Palmerston Magpies.
Almost another chance over an over-the-back goal, Tash.
There's Churchy. Hasn't kicked any yet. Had an opportunity in the first quarter.
So the Buffaloes up by a point. The unbeaten Buffaloes too, remember, they haven't lost a game.
Good work by Patullo. Their chain of hand passes. There's Robinson, and it gets at the back. Well done, Nicky Yarran. Has a second bounce. Get to him now. Then he kicks it towards Stafford. Punched away from Stafford. There's Coco Nicky kicked off the ground by Callum Groves, and that's going to be deliberate. Just had a little bit too much heat on that kick. And of course, it's gone across the face of goal. So
how do they word that now? Lack of intent or something?
Coco Nicky is going to spot up a player, and that is loose checking there by the Maggies. And Nicky Yarran will go back and potentially kick his first goal in the double blue.
Yes, he's played with Palmerston and St Mary's in the past.
Yeah, I just seen his mum during half time.
And now he's in double blue.
Yeah, seen his mum and his auntie Amy, so they were pretty stoked about how he's played. And there he is. He's gone and kicked his first goal, and you'll see them all get around him as well. They're happy to have him back in the double blue. Well done, Nicky Yarran. Such a dangerous player and a really, really good local pickup for the Darwin Buffaloes.
Well, he's got most assets, hasn't he, Tash? He can take a mark. He's got plenty of leg speed. He's got a big appetite for goal. And he's a very good defensive player with his rugby league origins.
Well, my family's been involved with footy for a long time with the Palmerston Magpies, but they still talk about his granddad, Robbie Cooper.
Robbie Cooper, yeah, great player with Nightcliff.
Yeah, a freak. And, they talk about him quite a lot as one of the better players that they've seen back in the day.
So once again, the bloodlines are there.
And, of course, the Yarrans on that side as well have some pretty good bloodlines.
Exactly.
So his dad's Chilton, if I remember rightly. Sorry if that's wrong, but I
was going to say something, but we'll wait.
It might be Nicholas. No, he might have been named after his dad, actually. So
okay.
Yeah, but both his uncles his dad and his uncle were classy players. Played up here as well.
Yeah, with the Magpies mainly.
Yeah, I think it was with the Maggies. So I think it was Chilton and Nicholas. Sorry,
they're from north of Perth somewhere, isn't it?
Yeah,
Mullawa or somewhere around there. Yeah.
So Ham's under pressure. Groves goes in for the bump. Looks like he's nearly come up second best there. Coco Nicky picks up the footy, gets it out wide to Matt Watkins. He's taken to ground, the umpire. That's got to be a free kick to Matt Watkins.
Yep. He's still down too.
So just
getting up now.
Just a chain of, it was a bit of a tough contest in that, but the umpire finally blew his whistle.
Only reason I'm a bit concerned about Matt Watkins still being down was this is where he did his knee a couple of seasons ago, you may recall.
Oh, yes, it was actually.
And was then out for at least 2 years. But
about 3 years, it would have been about 4 years, and he came back last season, but...
Was very wobbly,
yeah.
But he kicked 50 goals, as I said, in the Swan Hill competition, so let's see if he can kick his second for this particular match.
Watkins kicked one.
How far out, Tash? Be right on 50?
Second quarter. The breeze is behind him, so if he puts this up, the breeze will carry it, and it does.
Kick.
And the goal umpire does a bit of work, but it's in. He's kicked his second goal for the night, and the first goal on the board for the Buffs.
The second one of this quarter, yeah.
Oh, the second one? Yep, sorry.
And they've skipped away to a 13-point lead.
Nick Yarran kicked the other one, that's right, sorry.
They've kicked 2 goals, and I think the Magpies have been forward once, haven't they? So they need to get their act together quickly, because once the Buffaloes get a sniff, it may be game, set, and match.
Yeah, 13-point buffer now. But it's going to come back and really hurt the Magpies. They're down a rotation, and they have been from earlier on in the first quarter. And there's a few running repairs that we've seen as well during the game. So there's a few players out there that probably aren't 100%. Mitch Robinson always likes to pull his jumper up like that. You can see with his jumper halfway up just to get the breeze on his tummy. There's Matheson trying to get the ball out. Nicky.
He's starting to work his way into the game, Nicky Yaron, didn't he?
Yeah, so that's Jonas Nicky.
Here
Gets
they
the ball
come
back.
again.
That's a crunching tackle. Ball
Both
back
sides.
to Driscoll. Driscoll with a fumble. Jacob Lampton and the umpire. What's he going to call there? Boundary throw in. I thought he might have a free kick. You can see Nicky Yaron get up and ask the question.
Gee, both sides have gone in hard all night, which is why there's be a few bruises post-match, I would say.
Yeah, it's been a ferocious contest, that's for sure. Ball will be tossed in. So getting this to there was Atkinson. Clearing kick. I think that was wrong her.
Very hard to see in that dark spot just next to the scoreboard, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely calling off the screen here that we've got in front of us. So boundary throw-in. I think that's about usually in front of the scoreboard there. That's about 60 around from goal. So that's the Buffaloes' goal.
The unbeaten Darwin Buffaloes, which is great news for coach Cameron Stokes.
Tap down, Bradley Stokes. There's Edmonds. Tracks it to the boundary line. It goes over in front of Matheson. So the reset, boundary throw-in directly in the same spot. You can see all the rotations waiting here for the Darwin Buffaloes. They have all four benches waiting. The Magpies have none. They look like they're a bit of the walking wounded at the moment.
The big zero on the bench, waiting to come on there, isn't he?
Yeah, so...
Here they come again, the Buffaloes.
I haven't seen... Oh, good mark, Hams.
He's been very good again.
No, and it's going to be turned over. So the umpire has picked up something there, and I reckon that is Daniel Stafford.
This is his first serious shot at goal, isn't it, Big Staff?
So Stafford, and I'll tell you what, this is the distance that he loves as well. He's got a beautiful kicking action.
The boy from South Alice Springs.
Yeah, he's showing the footy there a couple of times. I reckon the Magpies were giving him a bit of lip. Of course, he played for the Palmerston Magpies.
He is a real cult figure down in Alice Springs, Natasha, I can say.
Love the way he kicks the footy.
They love him down there.
Yeah, but the way he kicks the footy, just effortless. There he goes. And he's kicked it. So Daniel Stafford has his first. It's the third of this quarter for the Darwin Buffaloes. So...
Gee, you're on the money. He likes that angle by the look of it.
Yeah, a few red flags here at the moment for the Palmerston Magpies.
Yes.
There's not too much movement on that bench either. So Kane Fuller's on the bench. Ryan Wharf's just come off. And McConnell's gone on. Philip Wills is sitting there as well. So Griggs gone on for him. Philip Wills has tried really hard tonight. He's been a great leader. You can see him getting around the guys on the bench. But yeah, it's... This danger sign's a little bit creeping here for the Palmerston Magpies.
Right, Tash, they've kicked 3 goals now to rush out to a 19-point lead with about 9 minutes gone in the third quarter. So they need the next goal, the Magpies.
So back in the middle, Stewart chopping out, Gook. Clearance, but Coleman gets back there, picks it up.
Beautiful skills.
To a teammate running through the middle. There's Jared Stokes. Stokes drives into the forward 50. Front position was Hams. He was in front of Mitch Robinson. They got all tangled up there. Back in the midfield, Moroney gets to Stewart. Also to James. James handballs to space. Edward Darcy should get there first. Couldn't get a handle of the footy. Goes in again. Lampton. Oh, good work by Mitch Robinson. Handballs out to Bradley Stokes. Misses everybody, but getting back in there is Coleman. Coleman. Spearing ball, bounces just in front of Coco Nicky. Callum Groves tried to bring him to ground, and Stafford has his second. So Daniel Stafford has his second within a minute.
Terrific play. And all set up by Blake Coleman. from down here as far as the half-back line. He kicked it, followed up, got the ball into his small men. Lovely handball to Big Stafford in the goal square, and Stafford said, thanks very much. I'll grab my second and take my side out to a 25-point lead, Tash. 10 minutes gone.
It was a good goal.
Yes, and as you said, some red flags here for the Magpies. They've come out and just watched the Buffalo boys run the ball, and they've kicked 4 goals.
Yeah, haven't got a clearance there, so you could see the, like, Fletcher's in there for the Palmerston Magpies. Bailey Young, Gook's in there, and Grigg, I believe that is.
I've got to get the ball out of the middle.
Gook, it's won the tap, straight down to Coleman, but he dropped the footy. There's Matheson coming through.
Lovely handball,
Starting to have an impact now. Otto gets it to the top of the 50. Good contest between Hams and Mitch Robinson. Back in the midfield, picked up by Robinson, gets his head taken off. So Mitch.
An old saying in sport, Tash, and probably in football, class will always prevail in the end.
Hits it out. 2 forwards, he got a hit. They both messed up the footy. Comes out to Nicky, that's Jonas. Nicky into the corridor, and Armat Watkins takes the mark directly in front. Man on the mark is about 25 metres out. Should go back and slot this one. So it's...
Gee, that 20-minute break for half-time's done Palmerston more harm than good, I think.
Yeah, we're 25 points of difference. This will make it 31. So
it's a bit disappointing, but as you say, the walking wounded isn't helping. The boy coming off there looks a bit weary too.
Yeah, that's Gook the ruckman. He's done everything tonight. So
just about exhausted, I think. Yeah, in fact, he's bending over now, asking for a drink. He's got one.
Back on.
So 31 points, you'd think, after this. I will put the Moz on him again.
Matt Watkins.
Oh, I
did. You need to be giving him the commentator's curse. That's the second time, Gray.
He hit the post halfway up.
Matt Watkins. I say, that's not me. I'm not putting the mockers on you. It is Gray Morris tonight.
Yes, I'll definitely put the Moz on him then.
So Hams, not much to kick to. They're all man on man at the moment. He's going to have to go over the top. Runs his full measure. Then he gives the handball back. They're under enormous pressure. They've got nowhere to go here, the Palmerston Magpies. Lampton out to Edmonds. Still no run. It's all one-on-one contest here, and that's what he has to go to. So Stewart against Fuller, and a good punch away there by Stewart.
Well done, Stewart, yes.
In the back there, that last little bit, but the umpire didn't see it like that, so a boundary throw in. Just forward of centre wing here for the Buffaloes,
who have skipped away, as Natasha said, to lead by 26 points 13 minutes into the third quarter.
Yeah, if they would have kicked that goal, it's really starting to open up. Matheson, Robinson, so those players, we're calling them quite a bit now in this third quarter grade. It's not looking good for the Palmerston Magpies. There's Parry, tries to get the handball away. That was Coleman that went to ground.
Coleman hit the ground, was it? Yeah.
Yep, Hams with a clearing kick from the defensive 50. Maroney dropped that one. Bailey puts pressure on him, but Maroney is clever enough to clean up. Gets it out wide. Nicky goes to ground. Groves picks it up. Can this be a costly turnover here? Can the Magpies get a goal back? They're held up. Not much to kick to. Really strong breeze coming in now.
As Philip Wills runs back on the ground.
They go long. Hasn't been down this end for a while. Broderick Church gets over the back. Picked up by Williams. The players all on. That's Coleman, and we know what he can do. Hand passes to Matheson. Matheson running through the corridor. Looks up. Puts it up to Daniel Stafford. Does it bounce kindly for him? It doesn't. He wheels around. He's a big fella, but good at ground level. Shovels it back to a teammate in Collinson. Collinson to Jared Stokes. Jared Stokes usually good from here, and he kicks it. Stokesy has his second. So Jared Stokes, the captain, good captain's goal. He's kicked his second for the night. Kicked one in the second quarter. Now he's got one in this third quarter. The Buffaloes are breaking away here.
Yeah, to 32 points, is it? And bread and butter there for Jared Stokes. Turned onto his right boot and slammed it straight through the middle. Would have been 3.5 metres each side of that football then. And gee, they're looking $1 million now. They're starting to look a bit tired, the Magpies.
Yeah, they're going to have to kick 6 goals to get it back in front. They've only kicked 7 for the game so far, so it's just getting away from them here.
Which is a shame, really, because they were so good in that first half.
Yeah, the full credit to the Buffaloes. They've come out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Use their rotations really well. I thought they've rotated a lot more tonight, but as I said,
Yeah, they come
they're down
again.
one. That's Nicky Yarran. Yarran
He's come into the game.
kicks it out to
100%.
Coco Nicky. Gathers it on the bounce. Good work by Groves. Groves with the tackle. And there's Yarran that followed up his kick with the umpire. Free kick going to the way of
Looks like Groves.
Maggies. Yeah, that's Groves. So umpire's called that holding the footy, I reckon. Over to Wharfie, as he's known. Ryan Wharf. Gnaws the lead of Fuller. Goes further down, close to the boundary line. Patolo. Up high was Marika. Over the boundary line, boundary throw-in at the interchange gates here for the Palmerston Magpies.
And while the ball's out of bounds, don't forget you're watching AFL&T's coverage of the 23-24 NTFL season. The game featuring on your screen now is Palmerston Magpies and the Darwin Buffaloes from Cazalys Arena in Darwin.
So just setting here, Buffs shielding their eyes, so right under the light's like pinning down on them right there. Well done by Fletcher, that's Blake Fletcher, picks it up, handballs to a teammate, couldn't pick it up, Barrett. Fletcher might be able to get this back. Well done, Willsey. Tried to kick it off the ground, couldn't. There's Fletcher. He's going to go over the boundary line. He does. Use the boundary line as his best friend, which it is. So creates a stoppage.
Interesting watching Philip Wills then, because he's had bad trouble with his groin for many years. And he was stretched right to the limit, but he looks okay.
Yeah, so
They've got to find something to make Magpies, don't they, Tash?
So Fuller, Atkinson in the ruck. Blake Fletcher's
There's
gone
Wilsey.
to Mitch Robinson. Mitch Robinson gets a footy now. He's taken to ground. The umpire says play on. I thought Wilsey got him then. Lampton did well to spoil Stewart. Went in hard. There's a hard contest here. Magpies are trying to lift off.
Clever tap there by number
Nick Yarran was
32,
dumped
was
after he kicked the footy. It got to Coco Nicky. It was downfield, that free kick. And also...
Looks like big stuff, is it?
No, that's
No,
also,
it's
I
not a young
reckon it
fella.
is. Yeah, I think. Pretty strong.
Very lean, hungry-looking lad.
Yeah, John.
Also, was it?
Yeah, I reckon it is. Just waiting for him to turn around, and it is. And he kicked the goal in the second quarter, so he should go back. Again, just aim for the right goal post. The breeze is picked up. It's almost like a breeze as if a storm's coming, but I don't reckon a storm's coming tonight.
Gee, there's some hands on hips for the Magpie players, Natasha, which is a worry.
So John Otso will come in. He does aim for that goal post, but the breeze does not bring it around enough. He had the right idea, just the execution was lacking. Doesn't kick his second.
11-11 to 7-2, so that's 22 shots to 9, which unfortunately tells the story of the game in the third quarter anyway.
I was just talking to Jalen Clark as well, the runner here tonight. Of course, you know, one of the Buffs legends as well, but as a runner, he's just saying coming back from an ACL, but just having a bit of hamstring issues at the moment because they used his hamstring as the graft for his ACL.
Right.
So he expects to be back before Christmas, which is good news for the Buffaloes because he's a
He's a very good player.
he's a very good player for them.
I don't think he played at all last season, did he?
Nah.
So he's been out for a while as Jalen Clark.
So hopefully he is back before Christmas. Buffaloes will be pretty happy with that. This gets at the back. There's a whistle, but I don't reckon it's going the way of the Maggies. It isn't. It's coming back to Kelvin Williams.
Very rarely we've seen them go forward to the centre, isn't it, the Magpies?
No, they've struggled this quarter. Being well held up by the Buffs.
33 points in front.
Good tackle there by Groves on Yarran. Very hard to tackle Yarran. Griggs will get there first for the Maggies. Good shepherd off the footy. Gets hands to Lampton. Lampton kicks it up the line, but in a good position there was Matheson. So we haven't called him that much tonight.
Hasn't done a lot, but what he has done has been purely pure.
Oh yeah,
Pure football.
It's been classy for the touches that he's got. Would be getting like I said, it's a night game, but it's pretty hot and humid out there.
That's right. He'll be carrying himself.
And we've just got another umpire that's come behind us that's running on. So I think one of the umpires may have injured themselves. Yep, we can see the umpire in the forward 50
hobbling.
He's done a hamstring or a calf. So we've got the substitute umpire coming on.
That gives the Magpies a chance to go short. They're going to have a shot. Tash for goal.
Yeah, I think that's Bailey Young.
And to say they need this is probably a bit of an understatement. Number 27,
yeah, I think that's no, I think it's Bailey Young. I think it's 28.
28.
Yeah,
sorry.
so Bailey Young. He's got to aim for that left left goal post there. Just let the breeze bring it around as the umpire is tracking around the boundary line. You can see the umpire, not that one, but the one back play there. He's pulled a calf or a hamstring, I think, and he's going to come off. So luckily we've got substitute umpires as well. It looks good, and that's where he aimed, and that's where it went, straight through the midfield. They've got one back, still 27 points behind. All the plays being with the Darwin Buffaloes this quarter. Can they get another quick one before three-quarter time? We've gone 20.5 minutes in this third quarter.
Yeah, it's a good turnover there, and they certainly took advantage. Did Bailey Young? It was a long shot too, or would have been on 50.
So he's got his second. He kicked one in the second quarter as well, Bailey Young.
Yep, he's got, out of 8 goals, he's got 2 of them. So that brings us back to 27 points. And as we roll towards the 21st minute mark of the third quarter, so time in this quarter anyway starting to run out for the Magpies.
So they've got Hook back on to run out this third quarter. Fuller's come off. Wilsey's gone back on. Wharfie's gone back on. I know they're trying to get Wilsey on now. Jackson Clark's hanging around, ready to go back on. Buffalo seem to be doing 3 or 4 interchanges at once, so they've got that fresh legs, that rotation.
Fresh legs all the time.
Yeah, they're doing really well with their rotations. Mitch Robinson.
Beautiful left foot pass by Robinson.
To James.
He's coming off for a rest. He seems to be running in this direction.
So James goes back into Matheson. Wheels around on his right. It's Stokesy. Stokesy with a player running past there in Raymond. Raymond has a bounce, got a bit of speed. The ball didn't come back to him. Grigg picks it up now. Coming through is McConnell. McConnell missed the footy. Just pushed off as he went to kick it. There's Matheson, number 1.
He's going to unload.
He's got 2 Buffaloes players down there. Couldn't bring it down there, Coco Nicky. Thought he had enough of that, personally, myself. There's Darcy. Darcy will take this. He does not have much to kick to. Off the screen here, there's just no movement. Now they move for him. 1-on-1, gets over the back. Here's Marika, needs to take on his opponent. He does now. Got a bit of speed there again. The ball does not come back to him. It stays in the field of play. Young's got it, Young. Handballs to Churchy. Churchy handballs to a player all by himself in the goal square. Patolo will kick his second. That's 2 in a row to the Magpies. Well done to the Palmerston Magpies. They worked that from the back 50 and it resulted in a goal. Again, some pushing and shoving. Patolo kicks his second, getting around Eldridge there.
No, you're right. They worked very hard for that. They ran hard and they got it, as you said, big Patolo in the square, and he just tapped it through for his second. Back to 21 points, Natasha, so it's not quite over yet.
Yeah, nearly 23 minutes gone. By the time they throw up the footy, it'll be 23.5 minutes. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 goals kicked in this quarter, so it'll be a long quarter.
Yeah, 27, 28 minutes you're looking at. Has that umpire come off yet, or is he still hanging in there?
No, I think he's come off. Yeah, the young fella's the far umpire there.
Or is he limping in there? Yeah.
No, yeah, this number 14's come on, so.
Right.
Yep, he's in there. Wilsey can't kick it off the ground. Caught holding the footy. Free kick to the Buffaloes. Mitch Robinson will get this back. Marika read it like a book. Put pressure on him, but I reckon that's in the back. It is. Free kick going the way of Robinson. They play advantage. Hill. No, they're going to bring it back. No advantage, so it'll go back to Robinson. Lucky they're the Buffaloes. I reckon they,
a little bit lucky,
they
yes,
played advantage there.
They got themselves tangled up a little bit, but as you say, the tackle was a little bit erratic.
Yeah, Marika read it like a book there. They knew he knew he was going to go to Robinson. So Mitch, Robbo.
You think he'd go along from here, and he does.
He does. It's a torp, if you don't mind. That's gone about 60 metres with the breeze slightly behind him.
But it's punched about 25 metres too by the Palmerston defender.
Nearly broke someone's wrist punching that footy. Stewart had it. That's going to be, and I reckon Driscoll's just laid one in the breadbasket there of Nathan Stewart.
Ooh.
So I reckon it should be a free kick. It is. It's 50. So just seeing who's got that footy there. So just off screen there in the goal square, they're going to the goal square to have the free kick. So it was 50 something off the footy. There we go.
32.
So Ahmat Watkins will go back and should kick his third goal. Do not say anything, Gray.
I won't say anything this time.
Put the mockers on him the last couple of shots, and he kicks his third. Buffaloes get one back. They've kicked their 12th.
Yes, there's no mocker about that one. Certainly straight through. What was the 54? Did they pick that up?
Yeah, it was
back shot, or?
I think Driscoll landed one in the breadbasket of Nathan Stewart. So the umpire, it was already a free kick to the Buffaloes, I believe. So they marched him to the goal.
Marched him to the goal square, yeah. So that restores the 30-point lead. In fact, 27-point lead. We're a bit disappointed with that, the Maggies. They'd worked their way back with 2 quick goals, but
ill discipline there. So
it all started in the middle, of course, with that illegal tackle after they'd done most things right to stop the run.
Yeah, 2 50s against the Magpies tonight, one against the Buffs. Oh, big contest in the midfield there. Robinson come off second bet, so I think he tried to take out Wilsey, but 2 bulls, those two.
Yes, they've been at each other most of the night as well.
Good work, Williams. Williams got it to Jackson Clark. Clark kicks it out to a teammate. I think that's Raymond out there. Raymond, and cut off there by Patolo. Moves it on quickly. That's a terrible kick by the big fella. Couldn't find Young. There's Edward Darcy. Taken without the footy. Good front on tackle there. Well done, the Buffaloes. The numbers were there for the Maggies. Just wait to see who that player is. It's Mitch Robinson. He's just laying there. He's a bit spent at the moment.
Yes, he stayed down for a little while, but he's back on his feet now.
Yeah, no,
had a terrific game, hasn't
he? He has. He's given everything tonight. There he is again. Just ducks out of them all.
Handballed out of a milling peck.
McConnell puts his head down too.
Soccer.
Kicked off the ground by Robinson. To a one-on-one contest here. Nicky against Groves. Groves got hold of him.
Clever.
There's Coco Nicky. Coco Nicky against 2. And the umpire said that's holding the footy. Well down there by Wilsey and Groves. Good 2 efforts there by Cullen Groves.
Well, I was going to say the attitude and the motive is still there from the Maggies. They've just got to kick some goals as Philip Wills goes back to take the free kick, and he'll go back a little bit short with the kick.
Yeah, there's Driscoll.
As Groves comes off, he looks a bit sore too, Natasha.
Yeah, he's come off a few times. I asked him at half-time about his shin. He's got a corky in the side of his shin.
Ooh.
So, yeah, he's struggling, but he's being one rotation now. He's sucking it in and doing all he can.
So we're ticking towards the 28th minute.
Yeah, you can see just pushing and shoving. They need to play footy here. That's Jackson Clark and Bailey Young. Close to the end of this quarter.
Yes, I'm not quite sure why Clark would want to get into that. With the Buffaloes, should be focusing on the footy.
So when Gook against Stewart. So Stewart was taken without, that was Matheson, I think, was taken without the footy. Marika kicks it in. Churchy was underneath it. And there's the siren for the third quarter. A great third quarter by the Darwin Buffaloes. 12-11-83 leading the Magpies 9-2-56.
So that's a 27-point lead to the Darwin Buffaloes. And we'll be back at Cazalys Arena very shortly.
Cazalys Palmerston Club. Come and check out our cafe, open 7 days a week. Our kids club is open Wednesday to Sunday nights, including weekend lunchtime. Enjoy hot meals with nightly specials at the bistro or cold drinks at the sports bar. Feeling lucky? Have a go at the latest machines in our gaming lounge or grab your mates for a round of pool. Family gatherings or casual meetings, we have something for everyone. Cazalys Palmerston Club, making a difference.
Love exploring the territory? If you do, it's good to know that with TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance, if you have an accident covered by your policy, we're here to help with the reasonable costs of towing, as well as your additional emergency accommodation and travelling costs. So get out there and explore. Get a quote today. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Here at Cazalys Arena for the last quarter, Natasha, of this game, with Palmerston in a bit of strife. The siren goes, leading by 27 points, the Darwin Buffaloes.
Yeah, they need to kick the first couple of goals, I reckon, to keep themselves in this. Cook.
Yes.
The umpire's going to ball it back up.
We were just discussing that off air, actually, the crew here. They need some quick goals, the Magpies. Going from right to left on your screen.
Picked up.
There's
good body work, Greg. Yeah, he's been a big asset already for them, hasn't he, Nicky Yaron? He'll let that go over Driscoll.
Certainly worked his way into the game in the second half. As I said, class will always prevail in a game of Australian football, and that's what's happened. So the Brisbane Lions boys are starting to get a bit weary, Tash.
Yeah, too much polish, but
Coleman,
earlier on in the game.
Coleman, one of them, yeah.
Like I said, it is
a warm night.
Yeah, it is pretty muggy. Taken off the footy was Yaron. The umpire let that go.
He looked at the umpire too, thinking he might get a reward there, but 27 points is a long way to come back.
15 metres around from the Buffs goal, deep in the right forward pocket here for the Buffaloes. I mean, if Maggies can't get the win tonight, the last thing they'll want is to let this game blow out. They played well tonight.
Exactly.
It was just the first 15 minutes of that second quarter. They blew them away.
No, you're right. That will be a big disappointment, not just to the players, but the coaching staff.
Yeah.
Although, as you said, they're walking wounded, they're sort of hanging in there a little bit.
So again, another boundary throw-in. We've had so many stoppages tonight. Amazed at how many stoppages we've had tonight.
I think made by the Magpies. They've certainly manned up very hard on their opponents.
So Gook, undersized. We haven't seen Atkinson come back on, I don't reckon.
Oh, okay.
He's been out for a while now because I reckon. Oh no, he's out there. He is out there. Sorry.
I was going to say I was trying to find him on the bench, but
Robinson. Oh. Coming through at pace was Lampton. There's Edmonds. Been a bit quiet since he got a big hit after he kicked a goal.
Yeah,
he got a big hit. It was Nicky Yaron.
Just before half-time, he was crunched, wasn't he? I think been a bit sore.
Celebrating his goal when he celebrated near the wrong person. He got absolutely crunched. No free kick. To be fair in the contest. So just a scramble out there close to the boundary line, and it was handballed deliberately over towards the boundary line. That was Mitch Robinson, I reckon it was, but because he's in his forward 50, very rarely do the umpires pay that. If you're a defender and you do that, you're pinned.
You're gone, yeah, that's right, yeah. Lack of intent, they call it, or something like that, the wording.
So boundary throw-in. This is the third boundary throw-in in about a minute. In the forward 50, Matheson couldn't get the ball to Stewart, kicked off the ground by the Maggies. Controlled there by Marika, I think that was. Coming through the middle. Just need to work a little bit harder at that. Was the Maggies player Borongo. Again, Maggies under enormous pressure. That's a great tackle from behind. But the ball's trickled out of bounds for a boundary throw-in.
So still a 27-point lead. No score from either side yet after, what are we, almost 4 minutes of play in the last quarter.
Throw in again, another one. Fourth one in this forward 50, couldn't get it. Chain of hand passes here for the Buffaloes. Nicky Yaron should get it back, he does now. Just pops it in the corridor, and a mark taken there by Jackson Clark.
Yes.
Doesn't kick goals very often. I reckon he'll go back and have a ping at this Jackson Clark.
Plenty of Buffaloes there waiting for it. It's fair way out though, Natasha. He'd be, what, 55?
Oh, no, the man on the mark's about 40 metres out, so he's going to have to kick it from about 45.
Where's the 50-metre line?
Just here.
Just back here. Oh, I see,
Just here, yeah.
Right.
So,
hard to tell on this ground, isn't it?
Walks to the paint of 50 now. Comes in, 45 out. It looks good and fades late. Did it get over? I reckon it did. They're all trying to claim they touched it. The umpire gives the goal, and Jackson Clark kicks a goal. And look at them all get around him as well. Doesn't kick goals very often, Jackson Clark.
Yes, he enjoyed that.
Everyone loves his stories and his posts that he does on the local footy.
Yes, his Facebook account.
Yeah, he does a good job of it as well. Very
Keeps
fair.
everyone
And
on their toes, that's right.
Yeah,
Nice goal. He'll be pretty pleased with that, I'd say. And of course, what that also done is it extended the Buffaloes' lead out to 33 points. If I was a betting man, I wouldn't be betting on the Magpies, Natasha.
no,
But you never know in Aussie rules.
I think it's just got out of reach here now for the Maggies. So they need to work on is the positives out of this last quarter. That they make sure that it doesn't blow out. So
Yes,
just looking at the Maggies bench, but there's only 2 players I can see now, so I can't actually work out. No, that's Kane Fuller is sitting back.
But here they come. They're coming forward.
A one-on-one. Edmonds tries to steal the footy. That's Marika. Marika gives it to Young. Young. Low kick. Wouldn't take the mark there. Brongher.
Might have been out of bounds, was he?
And boundary throw in. So deep in the left forward pocket here for the Palmy Magpies. So a bit of sting's gone out of this game, I feel, Gray.
But you're right about Palmerston. They've worked their butts off, and to go down by 9 or 10 goal would be very disappointing, I would say. So they've just got to remain focused, Natasha.
So Fuller's chopping out for Cook. That's come off. He's played a really...
Here's a snap. No, he got grabbed.
Yeah, that was Phillip Wills. Couldn't quite get boot to ball there, but another boundary throw in right next to the behind post in the left forward pocket here. Yeah, Gook's absolutely played his heart out for the Maggies in their better players tonight, the ruckman.
He's been terrific, the big fellow. Yes, he can hold his head up, that's for sure.
And they needed to get someone in to help young Kane Fuller, who's chopping out tonight. But the first 2 games, he was the prominent ruckman, the young fella.
Yeah.
There's Matheson.
It's a bit of a...
Robinson, just front position. Just
beautiful mark.
Just protected the ball drop, didn't he, perfectly.
A lot of experience in that mark.
Yeah, not much you can do about that. I played a bit on Courtney Wakefield.
That's a nice kick too.
Courtney Wakefield today, and I tell you, the AFL experience you just can't buy it. You know, the way she protected the footy and used her body is just she kicked I think 7 out of the 8 goals for the Buffs tonight. Dangerous. So yeah, we all took a turn on her, but yeah.
No, as I said, class will always prevail,
and just being at that level and the little 1%ers that they learn is just that, the class above, like you said.
Small things, aren't they? But they're very important.
So Barrett couldn't hit Young. So coming away is the Buffaloes through half back. Gets over the top. I think that's Lockie Hill. It was Hill. To Stokesy. Kicks it down the corridor and straight down the throat of Nicky. That's pushed in the back after he took the mark. In the marking contest, the umpire said that was a beautiful kick.
Just measured, I don't know whether actually the Palmerston player did get his fingertip to it, but regardless, it was in the back. So he'll line up for goal number, what is it?
14. For the Buffs, and I think he's kicked 1 tonight. So he kicked 1 in the second quarter.
Right,
Coco Nicky.
His second goal,
Of course, crossed over from Nightcliff last season. Played his first season with the Buffs. Played in a few grand finals with the Nightcliff.
Man on the mark, and he's hooked it.
And just falling to ground there was the Palmerston Magpie player that threw for a minor score. So Ashton Hams. You can see all the kids behind the fence there, which is good.
That's a great sight, really, and same at the other end.
Yeah, there's a Magpie set up at the other end of the ground. Russie Davey set the music up in the Magpie flags, and it was.
No, it's a bit of a carnival atmosphere out here, which is great. Even though we're getting on to 10 at night here in Darwin.
Yeah, it was a late game, wasn't it? 8 o'clock for the men's game.
Yeah.
Don't usually see that very often. Edmonds used his body well against Eldridge. Robinson picks it up, drives it back into the forward 50. Atkinson was underneath. They couldn't take the mark. Groves will get it to Wills. Wills has a little bit of time and space. Handballs to Darcy. Straight to that man. It's like he's got a magnet on his chest for that footy. Matheson.
Unbelievable. He's just...
Puts it out to space, 1-on-1, and a good mark. No, it comes to ground. A quick kick out off the ground, and he's kicked it. I reckon that's Matt Watkins. That's kicked his 4th tonight.
Can we watch that replay? We can't. That was a beautiful left foot kick. He was lying on the ground, wasn't he?
I reckon he's kicked his 5th. How many have you got there for him tonight?
That's his 4th.
Okay, his 4th.
Was he lying on the ground when he kicked that?
No, he picked it up. We got no replay tonight, but
no, that's a shame. But
kept his feet.
Beautiful goal. And what good work out here by Mitch Robinson.
Well, the ball keeps hitting him. Whether it's his own teammates or the opposition, they're kicking the ball straight to him every time.
Well, like the great Jack Dyer used to say, he goes where the ball is.
Yeah.
And he's definitely...
I think he was having a rest out here at the boundary line. It still come to him.
And the land in his chest. But he didn't waste the ball after that. A beautiful short pass, and away they went. That stretched their lead a bit too, Tash. 40 points now.
Yeah, 40 points. It's blowing out here. It doesn't really reflect the game, I think, that we've had.
Well, it's a bit disappointing, really, for the Magpie fans that have turned up tonight.
So full up. Yeah, 2 losses in the women's and the men's tonight.
Yeah.
Good work, Willsey. That's captain effort there. Regardless of the scoreline, trying to lift his team. Here's Hamsey. You can see the speed against
There's experience again. Yep.
So it was Tyrese Raymond that ran him down. Ryan Wharf, yeah, all by himself there. Turn around now is Griggs.
Grigg, is it?
Yeah, right. Grigg, Levi Grigg.
So he'd be what, about 30?
Oh, he's right on. I reckon he's right on the paint of 50. Very deceiving there, but it's just on the paint of 50, and he's kicking into the slight breeze that comes across the ground. So he's going to need a really good kick and to aim for that far goal post for the ball to come around. Gook's just come back on for Kane Fuller that was chopping out the ruck for him.
It's a good kick. Yeah. No, it's not. Well, it was, but it wobbled away.
He had the distance, but just not the accuracy. Needed to aim more for that further goalpost there.
And you're watching AFL in T's coverage of the 23-24 NTFL season, and we're describing the Palmerston Darwin Buffalo game at Cazalys Arena.
Quick kick out, hit Matheson, then hit Robinson. Philip Wills traps it in the corridor. Spearing kick went through the chest of Edmonds.
Exactly.
Back there is Matheson. Matheson gets another touch, then loses the footy. Ryan Wharf, not quite sure who he was kicking that to. Looking for Bailey Young. The boundary line might beat both of those players to it. That was Moroney out there. So boundary throw in. We've gone 12 minutes in the last quarter. 9-3-57. Magpies are trailing the Buffaloes 14-12-96.
8 goals to 2 since half time. Polly tells the story.
Yeah, it was a draw at half time.
Yeah, that's right. So, yes, the Buffaloes have certainly gone into overdrive.
He comes out. So free kick going the way of the Buffs. Who's that player? Mitch Robinson. If you had to do 3-2-1, Gray, who would you?
It'd be 3 to Robinson, 2 to Yaron probably, and 1 to... well, Williams hadn't had to do a lot down back in the second half, has he?
Nah, the first half definitely, but not the second.
No, so Yaron certainly come into it.
There's Hill.
And I like...
over the top.
There's a goal, you'd think.
Nicky.
Man in the square on his own. No, he couldn't find him.
Tyrese Raymond is there as well. Nicky duck one. There's Hams. Gets it out to Wills. Turns around. Hits up. Bronker. Down the line. I think that's Young out there. Young comes into the corridor. Number of players underneath that they spoil each other there. McConnell and Brodie Church. Roderick Church. And that's touched by none other than Mitch Robinson.
Like, as in Robinson.
And you can see the Maggie's mob all. Look at the Maggie mob there. And he's like, yep.
They're all a little bit quiet. There's no flags being waved.
They know Mitchie and Froggy Davies back there.
Yeah,
so, of course, he would have played against him.
No, it's good to see. As I said, a bit of a carnival atmosphere. They'll be hoping they get this type of crowd every week out here, Tash.
I think that's Michelle Perry back there, Tatiana, his daughter. And I think one of the twins is back there, Jaden Davey as well. Of course, it's on Essendon's list. Froggy's son.
Looking for a third vote before. I think Blake Coleman probably done enough to get one vote. With the amount of, especially his disposal skills.
Yeah, I reckon.
But there's
Hassan Ahmad Watkins would probably scrape in there with the goals and then the just the forward presence that he's had tonight.
You could probably toss a coin between those two, and probably another one in there is Hassan Watson. You mentioned, didn't you?
Yeah.
And even young Edmund from Palmerston's been pretty good.
Edmonds and Gook. I think the ruckman.
Oh, the ruckman's worked his butt off. Yeah,
the ruckman's had a had a good game tonight. And Hamsey, I think if you had to choose the three for the Palmerston Magpies,
Yeah, they're
it'd be
the three.
Cook, Hamsey.
Diving slips catch by Eldridge, didn't come off.
Yeah, but then his tackle drops the footy. So Grigg will play on here, can give their hands to Edmonds. Edmonds can run to about 40 metres out. No one is coming at him. Bradley Stokes does now, and he kicks his third. So Edmonds definitely in the top 3 votes
in fact,
for
he's
the
kicked his
Palmerston
fourth.
Magpies.
That's his fourth goal.
Fourth, yeah, it is his fourth, sorry. So 1 in the first, 2 in the second, and now 1 in this last quarter.
Yeah, it's a very good performance by the young fellow. He looked a bit weary, but he sprung out of nowhere and kicked his 4th goal.
Yeah, definitely a goal-kicking midfielder, Edmonds is.
So that's only their 3rd goal since half-time. And we've been going here, Tash, what, almost 15 and a
Nearly
half
15
minutes.
and a half minutes by the time it gets into the middle here.
So 32 points of difference, and the Buffaloes will retain their unbeaten start to the 23-24 NTFL season.
And also the Jerry Frank
Yes, now,
trophy.
you talk about best on-ground medals. You think Mitch should be just about putting some polish on it now, wouldn't you? Some
Yeah, I
silver?
reckon if you had to give it, it would definitely be Mitch Robinson. There he is, just wrapping up the footy.
And there is a shield involved for Jerry Frank, you were
Yeah,
saying.
there is. I'm pretty sure there's a shield as well. Yeah, Jerry Frank.
The great Jerry Frank, of course, we all remember him for his evasive skills.
Yeah, he was a
Tremendous
quality,
player,
Yeah,
yeah.
quality player. One.
Passed away, sadly, way too young, Tash, way too young.
Yeah, 1 premierships with both teams as well.
Yep, he did. He won 1 with Buffaloes and 1 with the mighty Palmerston Magpies under Russell Jeffrey.
There's Wills, just handballs to space. Good work, Brian Wharf. James chasing him, just
That's a
puts it
good
out
pass.
in front to Edmonds, and there's Edmonds. So he can go back and kick his 5th.
Virtually the same spot he kicked his 4th goal too, so he shouldn't have too many problems. I'll put the moz on him here.
Noted goal kicker, the young midfielder. A lot of points tonight by Buffaloes. I reckon Cameron Stokes will want to clean that up. You've got 14-12, and we've seen that in the
Yes, that's right.
second quarter, I
Inaccurate
think it
kicking.
was. They
Yep.
kicked six, and there was 3 out of bounds on the full. Okay, with that as well.
Edmonds reached 5th goal, Tash.
So just
Oh,
runs around, and as he snuck it in, he's just missed. Trying to go for the distance there.
And he tried to kick too hard, I think. But a great performance by young Edmonds. He's certainly got nothing to be ashamed of. He's been terrific. In fact, the whole Palmerston side have. They've just been outclassed in the end.
So Matheson, Nicky Yarran just worked his way in front of Marika then. Just class and experience. Jackson Clark couldn't take the mark. Wills
He'd worked hard, the skipper too.
goes back in the forward 50. Broderick Church just crashed the pack. And an unrealistic attempt, I believe, with that. Will go the free kick to Jonas Nicky.
That's a nice kick. No,
Good
dropped the
work,
mark. Oh, he was decraniumised almost, but the umpire said
Edmonds.
play on.
Gives the handball out. There's Groves. Groves has done all right tonight as well. I feel he's been in absolutely everything. Second, third efforts in the contest that have counted. Help Magpies out. There's Groves again. Kicked off the ground by the Buffs. There's Mitch Robinson. Be interested to see how many disposals he's got tonight. Nicky
Well,
Yarran.
I was going to say, we haven't got the stats, or have we?
And he's
we don't
dumped
really know.
after he kicked the footy by Levi Grigg. So free kick downfield. So Jared Stokes will have the free kick.
One of his quieter nights, Jared.
Yeah, he's had everyone else pop up for him tonight, especially Mitch Robinson.
And here's a guy I reckon's impressed. Blake Coleman, born in Catherine.
And let's see how this kick.
I'm sure they're all watching it down there in Catherine. One of the Catherine boys.
Yeah, good kick. Oh, over the top was Armac Watkins again.
And of
Jeez,
course,
he's reading that footy so well, isn't he? He got 2 hands to that.
and of course, Natasha, a lot of people in Brisbane will be watching their former players. Robinson, Coleman and Matheson.
Yeah, I believe Nakia Cockatoo was playing tomorrow as well for the...
He's having a run. Yeah, good.
Yeah, for the Crocs. So his original team. I've seen his dad here, Jason.
Jason's
is here
here,
as
yeah, I saw
well.
him
Yeah,
before,
seen
yeah.
Jason. Have a chat to him and a drink later at the bar, I reckon.
Well, when I spoke, he's kicked a goal, has he?
Nah, just missed that one.
When I spoke to Nakai late last week, he was contemplating whether to come up now or wait till Christmas, but he'd obviously been talked into coming back. His knees obviously improved, so it'd be great to see him in a Southern District jumper. First time in a decade.
Yeah, and then there was a story, I think it was Jackson Clark, I think, that he's been signed by the Panthers down in the...
in Morningside.
Yeah.
Is it the Morningside Panthers? I think it is.
I think it is.
Yeah.
So he'll be going and playing the season down there, so he'll play a few games for the Crocs.
Well, he only turned 27 on Monday, so he's only a lad.
Yeah, just has had a shocking run with injuries. I mean, the
knees and hamstrings.
The class of the player that he is at full fitness, and what he showed during junior ranks, he was a high draft pick for Geelong, of course, and just wasn't able to get any consistency in his footy, and his injuries just got the better of him. So it'd be good to see him run around. It's always good to see the local boys that get drafted come back and play local footy.
And you're right, Tash, the son of the great Jason Cockatoo, one of the permanent fixers in that great Southern District side of the late 90s.
Yeah, and if he goes out there, and hopefully Jager Cockatoo, which is he's half-brother as well, Jason's other son, made his debut in round 1.
And here we are, right in their forward pocket. Is that out of bounds?
And Marika couldn't take that mark, so it's hit the behind post for a boundary throw-in.
Yes, the Cockatoos. Of course, Shea played at Port Adelaide, his uncle, and Donald and David played at Melbourne.
Yeah, the twins.
So there's obviously...
All from Cairns. There are all the connections from Cairns.
So it's a very football-orientated town, old Cairns. So they've got their own competition as well, haven't they?
Yeah, they do. That's where Aaron Davey coaches down there and had a lot of success. I think the back-to-back premierships there. So free kick going the way of the Buffs. We've got a bit of a partnership with the Cairns Lions women's team, so we've got a few players that come. We had Marley that debuted tonight for us. Lydia and Jess come from there as well. Shout out to them. They're probably watching tonight.
Of course, you've got Port Douglas have got a side. What a side to play for there, Tash. Got one of the best beaches in the world.
The scenery is great, isn't it?
Oh, it'll be lovely.
So Buffs just... The sting's gone right out of this game. There's Otto. Takes the mark.
Been going almost 22 minutes, and the Buffaloes leading by 32 points.
Stafford's come off a little bit sore and sorry there as the ball goes into the forward 50 here for the Buffs. Can they get another goal? Won't be that long in this quarter because we haven't had that many goals in this last quarter.
Looks a high leg injury, didn't he? Like a groin almost. For Big Staff, I hope not.
Picked up by Lampton, done well to evade that tackle, then drives it down.
Ooh.
Portolo couldn't take it. Oh, Moroney, just class. Gets the ball to Stewart. Stewart to Jared Stokes. Dropped the footy, and the umpire said that's holding the footy. So well done by Driscoll, I think that was, the tackler. Palmerston Magpies.
I mean, I know they've had 14 goals kicked on them, the Palmerston defence, but they've certainly worked very hard back there, as you said, with Ashton and a few others, so they can certainly hold their heads up high, the Palmerston backline.
Well, 10 goals, 5, 65, 14, 13, 97. I mean, if Buffaloes would have kicked straight, would have been a different story, I feel. But they've kept in and they haven't dropped their head. So positives that Joshy Heath can take out of this game, as Wharfie, I think, has a shot on goal, and Portolo will mark it in the goal square.
But you must remember, a lot of those behinds kicked by the Buffaloes have been under pressure as well. So, although some have been set shots.
Set shots, and there was 3 out of bounds on the full as well.
So you know, I think they've performed pretty well down the back.
Portolo will go back and kick his 3rd goal.
They just haven't got enough ball out of the middle, Tash. That's been their problem.
And he does. He slots it. So they get one back there. 11, 5, 71, 14, 13, 97.
So a bit more respectability on the scoreboard for the Magpies.
Yeah, 26 points.
23 and a half minutes gone here in the last quarter.
So 26 points with, I mean, it brings it back. If they can get one more before, you know, that's 20 points.
Yeah,
it just the second half hasn't reflected that. So Magpies have done really well to stay in it. You can see that you spoke about the ex-AFL players sort of dropped off a little bit in this last quarter, just a bit of fatigue, I feel.
Oh, yeah,
the humidity would be kicking in to their bodies, of course.
Balmy old NT night, isn't it?
Oh, at 6 o'clock we played, and I tell you what, it was just dead still, and it was hot. Like, yeah, we are.
Yes, my cousins in Melbourne just shake their heads when I say there's a football competition in Darwin from October to March.
Nicky Young just takes it out of the ruck, chips it over the top, looks for Mitch Robinson, he takes it on the chest, and he drops it at the last minute. Otto picks it up. Teammate Joey Collinson Jared Stokes, and Ahmat Watkins goes back and kicks his 5th.
Well, he's come from the cloud, didn't he, mate? Watkins?
I reckon he's going to pick up that last vote. If we had the 3-2-1 again, I reckon he'd have the last vote there, Gray.
He'll just edge out the former Brisbane Lion, young Coleman. 5 goals, Ahmat Watkins. Coming off, as I said, a very good season in the Victorian, the Swan Hill Comp. I think it's the Murray or the Mid-Murray down there with Nile West.
We'll just...
So that's 5 goals to him, and 15 to the Buffaloes. They've cracked the ton, Tash.
Yeah, 15-13, so back to that 32-point difference.
Must be in the shadows.
It's sort of hung around there in the second half quite a bit.
Yes, it's been a workmanlike performance by the Buffaloes without being outstanding. There it is. It's all over here at Cazalys Arena, where the Darwin Buffaloes have retained their unbeaten record. 15-13-103 to the Magpies. The Palmerston Magpies 11-5-71. And as far as the Buffaloes go, a workmanlike type win, Tash.
Yeah, it was, and well done. You know, they come out after half-time, and that first 15 minutes after half-time really set the game up for them, and full credit to them. Magpies held in there but just couldn't get that lead, you know, within the kicking margin, so well done. But of course, the Palmerston Magpies were down to 3 rotations for the whole game pretty much.
Most importantly, I think Josh Heath and his coaching staff will have something to work with now after that. If they're going to retain that intent for 4 quarters, a win can't be all that far away.
Yeah, definitely, and we probably won't be able to stick around to see who got the best on-ground medal, but I think we know who would get the Jerry Frank medal, and that'll be Mitch Robinson. What a game from him tonight.
Who's voting on it, the umpires or...?
No, the family does.
The family,
yeah,
okay.
the Jerry Frank's family votes on that.
I think Mitch Robinson's done more than enough to win the very prestigious Jerry Frank medal. And this has been AFL&T's coverage of the Palmerston Darwin game at Cazalys Arena in Darwin.